Hello everybody and welcome to the Open Angel Arena Major Grand Finals. We've got Way to Death going up against Nevermore, a classic really, although Nevermore used to be Not Yet Dead. These days they've swapped out some members. Laranor and Mr. Random are still remaining from the old Not Yet Dead. Way to Death, of course, they've won the last tournaments, and honestly they're just looking really good. The two Russian god teams really clashing right here. So it's going to be exciting to see how it goes. Not Yet Dead Nevermore won the previous best of 3 in winners finals. But I would say that was fairly close. It was in game 3, and even game 3 was definitely something where both teams had a shot at winning. So we'll see how this one goes. We already have some picks coming out. Let me go ahead and have a quick look if I know. Yes, so the Radiant has banned Shadow Demon, Beastmaster, and Wraith King, as well as the Dire banning Brewmaster, Alchemist, and Abaddon. As you know, if we load in a little bit too late, then these bans don't update properly. That's just kind of like a little quirk with spectating in Dota, but now we know what's banned, what's not. And yeah, we'll go into it. How are you doing, KP?
I'm not too bad, you know. I've just been bathing in the glory that's Alchemist and bathing in the glory that's Brewmaster. And now I've got to bathe in the glory that's Lycan again. I feel like we're kind of seeing some patterns here, Barmy. It's almost like there's some heroes that these teams absolutely desire above anything else in life. Yeah. Because it means that their opponents no longer have life.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as something that I think these Russian teams in particular like is that Treant Protector. Haven't really seen Treant Protector outside of that, but we have seen how effective he can be. So Mars coming out as well. Lycan, I think, is interesting in this game. Going up against an Omni Knight will be just a tad bit difficult, but one of the big strengths of Lycan, of course, is his ability to take down bosses so easily and so early. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, sorry.
I think also, when you look at the Lycan in this scenario, right, like you think how good Guardian Angel is, but he can just jump in, force a GA, and jump out. That's kind of the beautiful nature of Lycan, especially in this game mode.
He's very fast.
And also, he doesn't really care about stats, right? He hasn't got any like stuns or whatever, and you know because of that movement speed, he doesn't really need the stuns to lock you down. He will chase you down, he will find you, and he will kill you. Which is especially a concern for Zeus.
That he will.
Powerful people.
Oh, that's a new one.
Hello. Oh, okay. Well, you know what I was just saying about Lycan? Just take that and say it again for Broodmother, because this hero with Aghanim Scepter is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. And the thing about it is, our map is smaller than the Dota map.
Yes, which means even more coverage. Oh, boy.
The entire map will be covered in Broodmother nets. She'll just be able to run around like crazy. No movement speed holding her back. So it's going to be interesting to see that in action. All right.
There's just some heroes that create this fear factor, right? Like imagine a Slardar sliding up that river at like 600-700 movement speed, right?
Yeah.
Imagine a Spirit Breaker plowing across the map, a Bloodseeker coming at 900 movement speed. Broodmother is one of these more interesting heroes, and it's also what you can't see. As you just see the webs being laid down, you don't even see her yet, but you know she's coming. You can see the pattern as she crosses the map, chasing you all the way. And honestly, I don't know if I like this TA pick as a response. You can't rely on refraction in this game to save you because of the Lycan army and because of the brood spiders.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be a little bit of a problem for TA though to go up against the Lycan, I feel. You know, with all of the summons. We have seen the Lycans very much go for the 5 wolves. Right, of course, TA is pretty good at kind of clearing out units, but her refraction might be a little short-lived.
Yes, and I think the other thing that you're going to look at is Nevermore. What do they have right now? They have the Zerg factor, okay? Let's go all with StarCraft. They've got Zerg on their side. What's the best counter in the game to Zerg? Oh, they've got that as well, the Earthshaker. So, where's your crowd control? I mean, don't get me wrong, the Rebuke's not bad from the Mars, but we've seen how tanky a lot of these units, especially the Lycan's units, get in the later stages of the game. You can't just insta-clear that wave.
No, you need a little bit more sustained damage or like a really crazy burst. Now, that's actually something I think would work pretty well. You know, all of the units are clumped on top of each other, so the Lich ultimate with Aghanims will just bounce like crazy. That's going to be a lot of damage. And then, of course, a little bit of AoE in general. Lich I can see as definitely something that works reasonably well here. So if we look at the Radiant side, they do have a very kind of like heavy damage lineup with only kind of 2 tools really that are meant to like actively deter aggression from the Dire, right? The shield from the Lich as well as the Omni Knight ultimate. But other than that, everything is mostly just laid out to let's see if we can overpower them as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see if they double down on this Zerg army now, or if they go for like a hard-hitting right-clicker, whether it's like an Enchantress, for example, a Phantom Assassin, just one of these heroes that can burst you from 100 to 0 in the blink of an eye. Because right now, it feels like they're playing more of an attritional battle.
Enchantress has been very popular. Let's no, she's banned. We do see that.
Oh yeah, she got banned. Oh yeah, you're correct on the left side. So in terms of like heavy spikers, Sven, but I don't think you get much value against heroes like Templar Assassin. Something with good attack speed isn't bad. Something like Slardar could work really well, actually.
Oh yeah, I actually quite like Slaughter as well. You kind of gotta get Agnums, but with Agnums you just kind of like slip and slide around the place. It's really funny. So I think Slaughter is a strong hero. Maybe something to consider would also be something like a Gyrocopter. You know, deals well with the Templar Assassin's Refraction, and is a good amount of like extra damage. I feel like what they're looking for is another threat, more so than anything else. Could even be something a little bit wilder, like a Storm Spirit, maybe. You know, somebody that can like just sip in the back and deal with the Zeus.
You could also just try and eliminate their damage, Razor, because Templar Assassin is really the only physical. But hello. Now, if there's one thing I've been saying throughout this tournament about me, I'm gonna pull a Carl here. Like this is always my plan all along. Have I not said stats resistance very strong? You want a channeled spell? Well, yeah. They went and got what is considered the best channeled spell in the game, Enigma with his black hole.
Well, this is gonna be really interesting though. Like, Enigma is not a hero that's been considered to be very good for a while now. So I am quite surprised to actually see him picked up right now. Well, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see what they can do with it, honestly.
Yeah, no, I think the comparison is usually you go for like a Faceless Void because you're doing the same effect, but it's a low cooldown because you get 60 seconds down to 45, as we saw previously with Octarine build. The problem with Faceless Void and why it's not desirable in this game and why they didn't take it is that Omni Knight.
Yeah. Omni Knight just makes the life a little bit difficult. Enigma, of course, doesn't really care much about any of that, you know. It's one of the nice things about Enigma. I feel like Enigma just doesn't give a shit about anything in general.
No, because Midnight Pulse goes through Magic Immunity. Black Hole goes through Magic Immunity.
Yeah.
There is no item you can build to stop the damage coming out. You need to cancel it. And, well, what do they have? Meld Bash and any, like, Abyssal they build. That's it. That's literally it.
You know, there is a world where Enigma does go for the 7 demonic conversion Eidolons and like just generally the Eidolon talents and just like goes wild with the Eidolons for some additional summons.
Sure, but inside the duels, I mean, you get that value if you have summons, right? So it's not a bad choice. You do have the Lycan as well.
Yeah, you could just summon them off the Lycan. Like, that's definitely possible.
Larinal, I think they look like they're willing to accept that this is a lost duel. They don't have a strong duel lineup. And you already saw Larinal didn't even put down a web.
Yeah, but so, I mean, like, you gotta make sure you have those charges. Like, similar to how snipers, shrapnel charges don't refresh at the start of a duel. The charges don't refresh here either. But yeah, this is really the kind of duel where if you're the Dire, you're just kind of happy if you get a kill.
And they won't even get that.
Yeah.
Zeus kept them running. He did stop the boots and the windlace. Let's just toy with him a little bit. But Shaker is inevitably going to die.
Well,
come on. Stop messing with him. Just end it.
There we go. They got him. Really taking
one of
their
those
time
moments
with it.
Like, you don't know when it's coming. But it's going to happen. Oh, Lycan straight in there, ruining Echo's life already.
So I wonder what Enigma's actually up to here. I kind of want to like follow him around a little bit. He's just running over to the Dire side, Radiant side already. Summons himself some boys, but they just kind of instantly don't really get much done.
They are making Radiant farm for them. You can see it right now. Like, us just done this to Ekla, and they're doing the exact same thing to Supreme. And now, Vision Block, they can just go for the kill. blocking him in completely, and refraction won't save his life.
That was really well done. Like, they even blocked him in with the units, all of that. That was really good. Really, really good. Well, Ask gets himself a kill. I'm gonna go and secure these bounty runes now.
One thing I was gonna say is, like, you look at Nevermore, and they actually put a high priority in these early moments on not giving away free CS. So, like, Ask done it, then they done it as a group against Templar Assassin. Like, they're not just interested in getting a kill, and that was the big difference, right? Because Trine died on the other side of the map, but it was no any creeps. He wasn't, like, being stopped farming. It was just a kill.
Yeah.
And it's double value. It's double gains, basically.
Hey,
and I like this because in this Dota, compared to Dota, you want extra value, right? If you think about your regular game of Dota, where you got your towers and everything, you get a kill, you convert it into a tower push. You can't do that in this. So in Open Angel Arena, you're thinking, get a kill, can I convert it into CS? Or if I'm denying CS, can I convert it into a kill?
Yeah, and ideally, you know, you want to like convert it into like a different resource like that. Or if you can't do that, you know, maybe see if you can put on a ward in a good position. Maybe see if you can secure a bounty rune. There's always a lot to do on the map. Or more often than not, you'll also be forced to like rotate around and see if you can help out a teammate, you know, protect your base a little bit. Like right here, for example, we got Last Wish coming back to make sure that the Zeus isn't taking all of the creeps at the top area right here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing, right? I think a lot of these teams we've seen, they fixated around using bounties as the bonus objective, but not so much CSing and interrupting farming patterns, per se. Like, they go and they look for a kill, and that's their idea of interruption. They don't think, what if we just milk him? What if we just use him to farm? As they farm the Shaker, who was forcing the Shrine out of Weed Wave.
Yeah.
She inevitably needed anyway, because you're a Zeus, you're greedy.
Ask is here again, taking these creeps right under the noses of the Radiant. They find Anti. Anti doesn't really care that much, though.
And Laranel's just trying to set up his webs. The problem with this point in the game is you don't have your ags, you don't have all these webs, so they know where you are, and then they can choose whether to try and deal with you or just to dodge you completely. Ekla, come on, buddy. A little bit predictable there. He wanted to get the spiderlings. Won't be able to do so. Nice spear.
He's fighting for this rune.
There's the gaze, but
who
got down. He did get the rune.
Yeah, he got it. He got it. I mean, these runes do really matter. So far only 2 have been picked up. There's still one here and still one up here.
He's going to move there first. Looks like it should be Shaker. Yeah, he's going to walk over now. The bottom one on the right is going to be left for quite a while, but looks of it. Supreme, man, the pressure is always on. The problem is they've gotten wise to it, and look how many heroes they rotate.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. They know how this goes at this stage. They got themselves a bunch of spiders with the Broodmother. Broodmother not rushing in Aghanims for now. She's just going to be going for, it seems, a Blade Mail and a Desolator.
Laranel is really on point with keeping these spiders alive, though.
Oh my god.
I say that. He should have known that that was in range.
Yeah.
Gets most of them.
That's the hard life. And I mean, this is probably why we won't see much of the spiders once the game goes into the later stages.
It's okay, though. If you lose your babies, you know, you just kill a god and out of his chest burst some more. Some very gruesome alien pictures on your mind right there.
Hey, I mean, like, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
It's all about survival. Broodmother giving birth to the next generation of horrible, gruesome creatures.
The first set of capture points are spawned. So you can see the Dream Protector capturing 4, the Dire and Anti on this Omni Knight capturing for the Radiant. Both teams get it at pretty much the exact same time. And with that, we have an Assault Cross. Not quite done on our Broodmother. She's working on it. As well as, you know, just kind of like chilling with the rest of her items. Mostly going for a lot of physical damage right now.
Looks like Nevermore needs to switch up their strategy a little bit. Because what worked really well early on was the pressure they put on Supreme. And just punishing his greed to farm, right? This time, this is a better attempt. Notice how this time Supreme's on their side of the map, and they know there's no reinforcements. The Echo Slam ensures an easy cleanup, but that's better. Like, the mistake they were making is Shaker died for it last time. They went all the way over to the other opponent's side of the map. They had no vision. They know there's going to be reinforcements nearby, and they get punished for it. But once you let Supreme extend out a little bit, he becomes such an easy kill.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a bit of a hard life though, right? Because you can't really force Supreme to come over to your side.
No.
And this might be really what the Supreme should be focusing on as well, you know? Like, he's such a great farmer. He does such a great job at, like, all of a sudden being 15 levels ahead of everybody else that, you know, like, maybe it might be best for him to just focus on that. Right now, he is very much still keeping up, despite playing a bit more aggressive, you know? He's still top level in the game.
Yeah.
Although...
they're getting aggressive on these troops again. Eckler already used the arena, though, so he should be posturing this way. He'll go down as a result. Now, look at this Cyberpunk. It's like, please, just disappear. Well, they'll make him disappear instead, and Laren will go back to farming, as they did get him previously to the arena. Now, Mr. Random doesn't have the mana for the black hole. He might just go for the body blocks play, but Zeus is so tanky, and he is not.
Yeah, you have to be a bit careful with that, you know? Like, you want to get a kill, but sometimes you just don't really have the power to be able to force something like that. The Lycan now finishing up the Necrobook level 3, as well as working on the other aura items, you know. We've got a Vladimir's coming out. These other auras, like Vladimir's I feel like in particular, but really anything that he buys, they will also greatly benefit this Broodmother. So they've got like some nice synergies right there. You can see that already Broodmother picking up an Assault Cross instead, like in place of the Lycan opening up an inventory slot for him.
Yeah, and Broodmother, she used to be considered this hero that just had to rush early on and get your impact there. But, you know, more recent patches have proven this is a late game carry. You can itemize in a way that you stay incredibly relevant as the game progresses.
Yeah, I mean, look at her ultimate. Like, his ability is insane.
Yes, and then you look at, for example, the talents. There's some decent ones in there. You've got the option of cooldown reduction or the agility. And you will be building Ags. Like, you're likely to build an Ags with this hero. So you're going to get both sides. And when you look at both sides, just ignore the spider abilities alone. Like, for a carry, these are good. 40 agility, 50 attack speed, and then increased damage and lifesteal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Insatiable Hunger, like, at level 25, healing for 200% of the damage you deal. It's just absurd. And also, really important, it leaves an inventory slot open, because she doesn't need to buy a Satanic. Our heroes always have to invest into Satanic to make sure that they have some lifesteal. She doesn't. She just comes with it in build. On top of that, she forces people to buy MKBs. You know, she doesn't need a Skadi or something like that because Insatiable, the incapacitating bite simply functions as that for her. All around, she just got some good abilities for being a carry. One of the downsides is that we might feel the need for an Aghanims on her though.
And I think the other thing to look at here is the other reason you get Satanic Course is that stats. But we mentioned this already. You actually look, there's not the best amount of lockdown the Radiant side. Like, you know, Sinister Gaze seems good, but it's a channeled spell. If you get the Spear, that's your one attempt. Like, Melt Bash isn't bad, but it's 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, Melt Bash is a very good ability, but it really is only 1.5 seconds, making it a bit more difficult. Like, the Radiant really doesn't rely that much on stuns. Like, the disabling is... It's not so much about disable what they do. They are more like, okay, let's go ahead and make sure that we, you know, secure our life and then just run at them with maximum power, try and kill them before, you know, they can even respond to us. And that's a viable way of going about it. By the way, Zeus right here, abusing the Nimbus Cloud to take down a boss. This is one of the big things that makes Zeus a very powerful hero. He can take bosses on his own very early on.
And we've seen it before. Yeah, we've seen how effective it can be. I think the thing to look at here is that Radiant, they should be able to accelerate forward earlier in terms of bossing. But as this goes on, you know, you can see the Broodmother, especially the Lycan, their bossing capabilities tend to scale a bit better.
Oh yeah, they'll do so much. Oh my god. I am looking forward to seeing both of them just make bosses disappear.
You just see Roshan's face on the side of a milk carton. Lost. Please phone this number. Found. So he should go down at a reasonable pace here. The problem is, while they got these crits, see, Crit Shaker is kind of its own act of deception. You think it's going to be amazing. You think it's going to be strong. But you're still talking about an RNG element and a 5-second cooldown.
Yeah, you gotta really get lucky on that. I mean, when you get it, it hurts. But when you don't, you just feel silly.
Like, once you get to 25, it's not bad because you get that cooldown reduction.
Yeah.
And suddenly you're doing it every 3 seconds. It's huge.
All right,
It's the
well,
comparison of like an ancient apparition with his chilling touch at higher levels.
well, we're getting ourselves into this fight right here.
Yeah, welcome to
Spooters running in.
Spiderland.
It's kind of being annoying, but it won't really do much in terms of damage. But I mean, can't really expect that.
Shapeshift's been used. Shake is pretty deep. Echo Slam. And it connects
Oh,
on the one. Probably
black hole.
jump in. Surround the TA, the GA to protect. They have got the arena down, but Echo can't pin one against the wall now. Chain Frost going to bounce across. Comes straight onto Larinal. He's going to stand and fight against Supremus. BKB's run out soon. Sinister Gaze to lock him in. So only 2 people left, and Broodmother can't heal up. He's going to go down. Cyberpunk stays alive, and Lycan gets cut up.
Damn. Yeah, that black hole was only on a single hero.
It's not the most important hero, but the problem is, like, there's always a GA, and I think the other thing you have to look at there is the way that Lycan wasn't able to have that big of an impact, and especially at the start, the way that they split up from the Shaker. Like, he got forced into a really bad Echo Slam.
Yeah. I just always feel like, you know, with Enigma, just hitting one hero isn't really good enough. Because if you're just going to hit one hero, you know, you're kind of trading one hero doing something for one of their heroes not doing anything. And then after those 4 seconds, it's kind of like as if you're just playing Shadow Shaman like with shackles, you know? It's just, it's not really worth to pick a hero just for that. So Mr. Random hopefully will get some bigger plays sometime in this match. This first one wasn't exactly what's going to win them the game.
Typically, I agree. I just think as this game goes on, there's even higher priority that you realize the TA is the only way they do anything. Is the BKB start to come out. The one, like, your optimal scenario, like your best case scenario, isn't even a 3 or 4 man black hole. It just involves 2 people. You get your hands on the Templar Assassin, you get your hands on the Omni Knight. If you do that, you actually win these fights really easily. Like, you saw the GA, right? It just made it impossible to finish the kill.
Yeah.
And the Heavenly Grace will be useful in the TA regardless, because, you know, Thing Shaker. Imagine you're trying to do your stun combo, but the target is just being unstunned too quickly. You can't lock them in anymore. So we'll see. I think if they can actually, like, even if, I'd say, if you can ignore the TA, if you can draw attention elsewhere and just eliminate the Omni Knight first, you win these fights.
Yeah. The Dire's gonna go ahead and take down a boss down here really quick. Broodbanner now picking up her Aghanim, so now we're gonna start seeing her just kind of scoot around the map at maximum movement speed here. I'm just gonna go ahead and take down a boss first though.
Closest we're really getting to Speedy Gonzalez. As you can see, just boosts up that speed pretty damn stupidly. I don't think there's really any speed items she wants to build, but remember, we've got those nice little concoctions. You got the burst elixir.
Oh yeah, but that's for much later.
Much later, but it will most likely come into the game before we reach the end of this game.
That's true. This is already looking very even, right? And both teams already settling kind of into, okay, this is going to take a little bit. Let's just start grinding up some of these bosses. Let's just start grinding up some farm. So we're looking nice and healthy. MKB coming online on the Templar Assassin Anti, now running over here, looking ready to fight.
Meanwhile, got the heart on the shaker now. Broodmother does have some big crits to work with that BKB. See if Supreme can be contested here. As they're dragging the Wanderer away from them. They're like, no. The
Dire definitely knows, though. And I don't think they will let this happen.
Enigma needs to get close and get ready. He just used the Shrine by accident. He's got this BKB and Black Hole available. If he can connect on 2 or 3 heroes. They are playing in a choke point as well. Jump in.
They're pulling the Batrider back.
He's made himself. Shapeshift has been used. The Wanderer's getting in the way, though. They're trying to move across quick enough, but they can't. Enigma's staying hidden. Templar Assassin going in deep. They're not hiding the trees, though. Move up to the high ground. Templar Assassin's a bit split from the team. Mr. Random, BKB can go in. There's the Black Hole.
He gets free.
That's the one you want. And now Echo's going to go down. TA hits the deck as well. Omni Knight gone, and the Wanderer belongs to them. And with it, a few heads from the side of Way to Death.
Oh no, that Lich Ultimate is still bouncing. Oh, Mr. Random, just die to it. Just die to it.
He just accepts. He's like,
no, that's really good. Like, that actually helps them.
Yeah, it's going to kill the boss.
Because that Lich...
Wait,
oh, no, don't get close. No! Just die to it. Just die to it.
Oh, come on.
Okay, good. He realizes. They should just be abusing this to kill this boss because it's a free boss kill for them.
Yeah, now Lich just got 2 freebies as well.
Yeah, well, for the Lich, like, the thing is, this is not Lich's team. He's not very happy about this whole situation. I mean, he gets some kills, which is fine.
Yeah, he got his constellation prize.
Yeah.
Oh, now he's doing it as well. It's like, fine. Anything you can do.
This is exactly... this is one of the strengths of Lich as a hero. You know, you just... Once you get the Aghanim's going on, you can just find all of the twins on the map and just nuke them down really quick. And it's really something that like allows your team to get a very early tier 2 core. Much earlier than most teams can. And that can often be quite helpful. The fact that the Dire got to use that is very funny.
Yeah, I like this idea of actually, if you're on the side of Nevermore, just quickly rotating for this win bosses quickly before Lich can actually exploit that. Eckler, pretty deep. Can't turn controls him up. No vision for 5 seconds, but Eckler is not moving fast enough to get away. Shapeshift activate. Going across. Guardian Angel comes out. Zeus is muted up though now. Chain Frost bounce around. BKB. Arena's going to go down. When Eckler turns around, looks for the kill and will be able to find it. Only 2 left. Echo Slam comes out. A lot of damage on the TA, but not enough to kill her off, and the boss won't interfere. As he dies as well. Last Wish tries to run away. Will get hidden in the trees, but no way to stop them from taking this boss.
Nice. That was well played from Way to Death. They're really using their team fight very effectively. And, you know, it's just kind of showing that their team does have some serious power, right? Like, while we keep talking about... I feel like we're talking a lot about the Dire and, like, all of the funny stuff they have on their team. Because their lineup is a little bit less conventional, I think. The Radiant, it's just simple, you know? It's just simple. It just works. Everything on there makes sense. It's powerful. And, yeah, they're just using it to great effectiveness.
I mean, you look at the way they're itemizing, it's pretty cut and dry. You'd expect the Ag, Zeus, just nuke down the damage. We talked about the Ags from Lich. And, you know, this kind of one core focus with the assistance of Mars, who does get a decent amount of physical. While on the other side, you know, we will eventually get these refresher plays for the Enigma, which would be huge. Another big one to look at is Broodmother did pick up that Nullifier, but in the last fight, he fixated over possibly the worst target for the Nullifier, which was the Zeus.
Yeah. That's questionable, really. I'm also a bit surprised to like she goes for Nullifier and then still running around with like an Abyssal Blade. It seems like, you know, Nullifier and Bloodthorn would just be such a natural combination for her. That
in fairness, you have a crap ton of attack speed with your talent choices though, so you can get away with it with the AC on the side.
Yeah. No, I can see that, but it still feels like it would be a very natural choice, not only for her, but for their team. You know, she can kind of function as a Doom as well. Abyssal Blade, of course, is not a bad item. But, well, she's already upgraded it, so there's not really a way for her to, you know, undo that.
Yeah. I think it's just like, the focus needs to be the TA for the Broodmother. For example, in that last fight, if you nullify on the TA, like, that adds value, whereas the Zeus, he'd already cast his spells, he could continue to cast his spells. You need to be using those items on either the Mars or the Templar Assassin.
Oh, they found themselves a capture point. Zeus also level 25 now, gets himself some extra cast range.
Yeah, make sure he's nowhere near the equation.
Oh, yeah.
You could even, like, try and sidestep into a Lotus or Solar Crest, something that enables your team to replace that Midas afterwards.
Yeah. I feel like we might end up seeing something, you know, more along the lines of maybe a Hex.
Aether or 4 stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's a lot of potential options here. The problem with the Hex is you have to find Enigma beforehand, and he doesn't want to be on the front line, right?
Laranol just spinning webs all over the arena.
It's okay. Huh? Intimidation factor. This is like this flashbacks to Lord of the Rings when Frodo goes into the cave. I would not want to be these hobbits right now. And they are a little bit stacked. They force out the GA pretty early, actually. Fisher comes in from the side. Now Enigma goes in with the black hole and the Templar Assassin. They'll jump in and look to whittle her down with the Echo Slam there. It should be enough to kill him off. Refresher can go for the second black hole. Maybe a little bit delayed, but they'll still be able to get the kill on the Templar Assassin. And on the back line this whole time, the Nimbus doing work as they get rid of Laranol. But they've lost their big right clicker. Jump across. Eckler forces the BKB. Chain Frost still bouncing around. They're not respecting the magic damage. And as a result, last wish, Case Nova will weave wave into his own Nimbus. On the other side, Anti buys a lot of time. Ask, Chain Frost bounces across to kill him off, and Shaker needs to escape quick. Meanwhile, Last Wish tries to take one where will succeed in doing so, but Mars is the one that reigns supreme in the end.
Wow. I can't believe that the Radiant won that fight.
It's almost like Chain Frost is a really good spell. When
I
people
wish
keep
we had
stacking.
damage stats right now. Like, how much damage was that Chain Frost?
They
That,
just weren't respecting it. They just kept stacking more creeps.
They did not respect that Chain Frost at all, and I think that will change now. I mean, that was crazy, and like the Enigma had 2 really good black holes, right? Like he actually got a lot done there. He threw out the black hole, the double midnight pulse. You know, he killed the Phantom, not Templar Assassin. Sorry, he killed the Templar Assassin, right? Zeus as well. He had like a triple black hole at one point. That was very effective, and they still lost that fight. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, Miles really coming through big time on that one as well. That was just, like, I love fights like that because that was just well done and executed and played. And from everybody, not just from one team, but both teams played really, really well.
Overgrowth sets up for the Shapeshift chasing. The Eidolons are right on top of Lich as well.
Nice, so many summons.
Come here. One of... Nope. They'll get burned up by the boss. That's what I like, and doesn't get anything like Shapeshift, but make sure that they don't interrupt the boss capture.
Yeah.
Go back to farming. Looks like he's gonna be probably going for the Greater Tranquil boots next on Ask. Oh, I wonder if we've got any other big items actually coming up soon. Like, what is the next big focus? Like, what is the thing you're looking for here?
Well, I feel like both teams... It really comes down to, like, you know, who exactly we're looking at, but I think what the Dire mostly wants is, like, probably just some more levels on this Enigma so they can start putting, you know, like, probably another Octarine core or something on him. Both teams seem to be struggling a little bit for money, but that seems to be a rather common theme, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Like, this is actually... both teams are just playing really well, and it's really close, and it's hard to figure out what exactly they should be changing or doing, you know? Because it doesn't feel like anyone has, like, a significant advantage.
I imagine the big play is actually going to be... Oh, new Ags coming out. But, like, especially for the Enigma, if you can actually get his hands on all those Ags levels, there's some decent talents in, like, the cast range, increasing his health especially will be huge for him. I don't think the Malefice instances are that big of a deal, but definitely getting access to both 15 and 20 talents.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that would definitely help a lot. I mean, honestly, Malefice instances, I think, can definitely do quite a bit here. You know, like, Malefice actually a pretty strong ability.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I just think, like, for when you think of the Templar Assassin, BKB, Mars, BKB,
yeah,
I think
that's true.
when you go to these fights, you instantly just want to, if you have those stacks, those extra stacks, you just stick it on Lich and ignore. But the problem is Lich does have that Lotus Hook to work with now. I mentioned Heavenly Grace. Just loads of ways to deal with the extra Malefice stacks. Eventually he'll get it regardless because, of course, he's going to upgrade the Ag game goes on.
Well, yeah. Question is he going to consume it then? But we'll just have to wait and see. I'm also kind of like, just kind of, you know, paying attention to what Laranal's up to here. And, yeah, this Broodmother is scary. I mean, she's really getting to the point where it's hard to stop her from doing what she wants to do. Or she's got
jump in! Oh. TA's gone. Shaker with the Echo Slam straight away. BKB and run to the high hills.
I love her, Shaker.
He's an enjoyable, adorable hero.
He's got the world's best Aghanim effect, honestly.
Oh yeah, it's like by far the funnest Ags ever existed in the game. Oh,
Alright, Mars coming in.
Ekla wants to get that arena down.
He just wants to hold this point.
BKB, Broomother trying to go for Cyberpunk. He's going to hide in the arena, but the BKB running out of the black hole. Guardian Angel to save the day. Turns around, viewed up, goes on the Zeus instead. And it's just whittling through him so quickly. Second GA there to try and protect, but the arena's ran out. They need to be careful. Supreme chase it forward. Mr. Random refreshes, gets ready to go for another black hole, but he needs to stay away from TA for the moment. Meanwhile, on the side, they're going to run through and kill off Mars. He tries to heal up the Satanic, moving away, stun out. Zeus looks like he'll finally go down. There's the second black hole. TA locked in and dead. No turnaround for Ekla, who has nothing left in the chamber and no teammates to fight with him, as Omni Knight will also be cleaned up.
Nice. I mean, that used the double black hole, which is always a little bit questionable. Because, like, right there. So one of the things about this game is you gotta realize that not everything is, you know, worth using long cooldowns for, especially something as long as a black hole. Because like right there we had a black hole simply to get 2 kills. I suppose by getting 2 kills isn't too bad. It doesn't also really didn't help secure any objectives or anything like that. Capture points are coming up in about a minute. By then, black hole will not quite be ready. So that's something to keep in mind.
Did they actually? I looked like I think I managed to get rating off the capture point before they finished it though.
I'm not sure. It was a very hectic fight. I knew the Mars was holding it, but then he also died.
Because the Mars arena did cover it pretty convincingly.
Yeah. I'm not sure who got that one. But I know that by the time the Enigma you threw out the black hole, the second one, it wasn't.
Yeah,
that
was then
captured.
to lock down the TA to secure the fight. Like the TA, if you let her run loose in these fights, she's going to delete everyone on the side of Dire. That's the problem.
Yeah. Scary hero, man. Scary, scary hero.
Yeah. They do at least have a Hex on the Lycan, so that gives them an additional form of control for this big threat, the Templar Assassin. Meanwhile, Shaker. Now, he's going into his crit speed heavily. He has now got access to his 25 on both sides, because he did initially go for the magic resistance, but now he has the enchant term cooldown as well, which is huge here. Oh wait, no,
well,
he's
actually he doesn't quite have
it
yet, no.
Yeah, he's 1 level short. But once he gets that, like we've seen the anarchy he can cause. The freedom of movement you get out of that lower cooldown is insane.
They're gonna try and take down this
the Hex.
boss.
Refractor's got on the damage. They'll be able to save him as Omni gets across, but that was too close for comfort. They'll clean up the wolves, but the fighter will make it out. I'm looking to reset and go again. Weed wave. Oh, can hit him up the route. Overgrowths are everywhere. BKB, Supreme, forced to fight again against the creep army.
Yes,
Still all work. Echo will chase in. They want to get rid of the Azazel fire.
It's it's just, you know, refraction not really being that effective here. You know, that's exactly what we said at the beginning, where without the refraction, TA just is a little bit squishy, and she just simply can't get that much value out of it here.
And now you have to give this away. Well, the chase in, the Hex is out in the Weed Wave. Ask giving his life for the cause. The Echo slam in, the black hole as well.
Nice.
They turn around, they distract them. Lycan all along was being a good doggy, because he was keeping them busy. Refresh,
just running into that.
Cyberpunk, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. He can't get out in time. He will also fall alongside them. They wanted to stop the Wanderer so bad. They thought they'd be given a free kill on the Lycan. Instead, they're the ones feeding the side of Dire. I mean, this is the frustration about the Lycan, right? Usually it's this hero we talk about the shapeshift. You just get around the back, you harass the back line. You're really frustrating. And in this scenario, that is such a death dealer, really, for the side of Radiant. They can't afford to be split. You saw, right, with the Omni Knight? I mean, he's got his Ags consumed now, so he can help out with the GA still.
Well, in that last fight, the Omni Knight kind of just walked into the black hole.
Yeah. He nominated himself as tribute. He's like, I want to be part of this.
So that wasn't necessarily ideal, but yeah, that's the kind of fight where really you can see the power of, like, you know, black hole on Enigma. He just managed to get, like, the heroes that he needed at the time where he needed it, and then won the fight.
Shaker has his KBs protected. Meanwhile, the backline Lich is already gone now. Picks up for a black hole, going to connect. Omni Knight's down. No silence for the GA, and Zeus dragged in and killed off. Your TA is live, but once again, the resources around her are expended and gone. The big cleave gets rid of Enigma, but that's all you'll get for it. This is getting quite worrisome. It doesn't even matter if you let the TA loose anymore, because she's so reliant on every other element of her team.
Yeah, I don't think the TA is doing what she needs to be doing. Like, and I don't think that's necessarily Supreme's fault. It's just a hard game. Like, the TA pick seems more and more questionable as the game goes along. Because, you know, you've got the Eidolons, Mr. Random, you know, did actually go for +7 Eidolons, right? So, he's got the +7 Eidolons here. You've got all of the wolves from the Lycan, you know, he went for +3 wolves. You've got the spiders from Laranor, who's actually kind of making an effort to have at least some of them when going into a fight. I mean, all of that is charging at the Templar Assassin all at once. Her refraction just doesn't exist.
Yeah, like, the way you have to look at this fight is the TA only is able to thrive if she has the Frost Shield and the Heavenly Grace on her. But even if one of them is stunned up and that part of the combo isn't there, suddenly Templar Assassin has no effective HP to work with.
Yeah, we've got Omni Knight even going for something like a level 5 Ethelons, just to make sure he's got enough cast range to, like, get to his teammates with the Heavenly Grace and the heal.
Sadly,
But
that doesn't do much for you if you're black holed up.
yeah, it just doesn't help, you know. The black hole has been a big issue. It's really cool to see that, like, Enigma was a kind of a hero that was very, very popular in, like, the early meta game, you know. When the game just started development, everybody was always picking Enigma because you thought about Enigma. Hey, Enigma is somebody that really can help you win duels really, really well.
It also fit the meta a year or two ago because the whole logic that you were looking towards is Enigma was being picked all the time. It's very strong because they obviously could farm like another core. They could get access to areas of the map that you couldn't early on, and it was always scaling like possibly, well, easily I'd say top 10 best scaling heroes in the game.
Yeah, and Enigma just kind of like naturally scales really well because as everybody else grows stronger, he gets a bonus on that.
I mean, it's unstoppable lockdown and its percentage damage, and I think like that leads into the thing, the unstoppable lockdown. The thing that happened as a result of Enigma's dominance was BKB piercing spells, right? You were seeing things like Beastmaster, you were seeing the Avengers, anything to stop the black hole, and that is something which apparently Radiant didn't even consider in that draft.
Well, they do have one BKB piercing ability, and that's the Melt Strike.
Yes, but the problem is when you're the only person that they're focused on initiating on.
But that's hard to get off if the Enigma is gonna black hole you, right? So the lack of counter to Enigma, that's a really good point. And it's rough. It's rough.
And this isn't even a heavenly, this isn't even a halberd game, or halberd rather, Hurricane Pike. You can see it, right? Like, he's forced into all this damage. Even with a Hurricane Pike, he doesn't have the distance. Like, I feel like you need a Blink plus Hurricane Pike just to get positioning on the Enigma to stop things. Yeah. And that's not good enough.
She really just doesn't have enough range to catch him off guard. Oh, Supreme. So that's really the question we gotta ask. You know, what do you do in this position? Do you buy Divine Rapier on the Mars? I mean, like, yes, but you know, other than that,
maybe, I don't know, build an Abyssal on your Omni Knight. It sounds really weird, but if he can like get behind with the extra cast range,
he does have the cast range. Yeah, like he might actually be able to get there. With an Abyssal Blade, he should be able to stun outside of the range. The problem is that, you know, like on the list,
he needs to be on the right side of the hole as well. That's the big problem.
Yeah, but also on the list of priorities for the Enigma, it really goes, you know, TA Omni Knight. So he's, you know, next in line in the black hole.
Oh, people going down. Nimbus didn't protect him. BKB's running out for Shaker. He'll move away in time. The overgrowth is there to ensure there's no pursuit, and the wolves are eating through. There's a black hole opportunity, and it'll be thrown out.
Nice.
The does get him out, though. Beautifully done. Just in time. Eckler will go down nonetheless due to the Midnight Pulse, but the follow-up damage from TA brings another one down.
Oh, the spiders. Look at this.
Spiders chasing.
No refraction for her.
Supreme. He might go for more here. Iron was a bit too fast. Fine, Last Wish, maybe. Pass. Brings out the big boy. The Nullifier's out, and the TA is gone. Chasing in. Shapeshift activated. Hot pursuit. Can they find anyone's the real question, though? Because everyone is particularly fast. Clear target. What's it going to be? He's contemplating it. The only one available is Anti, who's getting pretty low due to the howl. They almost get him, but he's going to get back to his fountain. Be safe. The Abyssal does go out in the Zeus. Chain Frost forced and returned. Now back away a little bit here. They need to be careful. The offside penalty is going to start stacking up. The Azazel fighter will be left behind and killed off, though. As Mars smash. Mars smash very hard. Echo Slam jumping. Straight away, we wave down to half HP. Jump out with the BKB. Shaker realizes that was the most pathetic slam he's ever done in this game. And he'll run for the high heels as a result.
Oh, he's trying, okay?
It's not good enough, all right?
He's doing his best.
You bait yourself. You're like, Echo Slam's always a good spell. Then you realize they have like 10,000 HP. You're like, okay, Echo Slam, not that good.
So many Eidolons.
There's a few. There's a few. You know, some people are like this. Some people they breed. They just want a small family. Some people are like, I'm gonna spread my children to the far reach of the world, and that's what they're gonna do. Jump in. Black hole comes out. Supreme. Struck on first. And Omni Knight there with the GA won't be enough to save. Eckler goes down with the arena. Looking to actually fight up against this. Broodmother stuck in it as well, taking a lot of damage, but we'll be able to heal up and turn around with Eckler. His health might work against him. Finally, she brings him down though. The big cleave coming out. Gets two. The stun follow-up is decent, but now Shaker needs to move away. God's Rebuke available 5 more seconds. Chain Frost bounced across the creep. The last line going to move away. Eckler going to be stunned and control. Good onto him. With a Fisher follow-up. Another enchant turn. The Chain Frost is still bouncing around though. They need to respect this. Last Wish. stands his ground. Look at the kill on Anti. Anti, we ought to move away, but not fast enough. He gets cleaned up once again by the big crits from the Shaker, and so will the Zeus as well. Eckler's running out of teammates to throw at them. They're going to throw themselves at him now. The fish is going to come out. Can't tell him on the spot. Root control is there. The walls of the Howl are enough to bring him down. And we're getting very close to the score limit now. 102 out of 110. This is the moment you got to reflect. You're like, okay, we're trading kills for kills, but we know that the side of Nevermore is stronger in these duels because they have access to those black holes. Maybe you need to buy a bit more time and come up with a solution to the Enigma.
Yeah. But what is that? That is the big problem here, you know? You say it's so easy, it's just like, give me a solution to the Enigma. But the man is not solvable, you know?
Hear me out, hear me out. We do what I call... we let him die to the bosses, that's one way. We do the Red Alert 2 strategies. So it used to be popular back in the day. Instead of fighting each other, you kept stacking units until someone's PC crashed.
Oh, that's perfect. I mean, problem is, that's really more of a dire strategy here as well.
This is true. True. But maybe it'll backfire against them, okay?
Okay. Maybe like encourage them. Maybe just like write in chat, hey.
Yeah.
I bet you can't get 10 million units on the map.
Okay, he's gone. Lycan lives. Long live the wolf, but there's the double Thunder God's Wrath coming out. Laron will be able to heal up those. Lich gets found. Doesn't even get a chance to use the chain for us.
Eckler, last minute, sneaks into the enemy base and extends the score limit.
Oof. Touch moment. They do give over another boss though, and hello? Are you okay there? That was the black hole, but it's only 65-second cooldown now. You don't really care.
He's got his refresh and all of that stuff.
Yeah, the refresher is 43 seconds. Like, all right, I'll just refresh. It's actually quicker to wait for my refresher to get off cooldown.
No, at this stage, he can't afford to do that kind of nonsense. You know, just kind of like throw out a quick black hole, get yourself, you know, some kills that way.
Shapeshift, as we see so often, followed by webs. Moving right in, looking on Supreme. Bye-bye refraction charges, bye-bye Supreme. Got it. That is way too late. They wouldn't be able to save the day. And the black hole comes out. The Echo slams Coldbow. They're going to run them through. Zeus trapped in the corner and dead. And Eckler looking behind going, where's my team? They're in the grave alongside you, buddy.
This is all black hole, man. Like, honestly, like, I look at these fights, right? And there's this huge army of units just, like, immediately running at the Radiant. They're running at Way to Death. And Way to Death, what do? You know, like the natural response, and really the only response they can do is just try and group up so they aren't immediately overrun by this huge horde. But if they do that, they get black holed. This is just really smart drafting and like a really good execution from the Dire, honestly.
Well, the worst part about that was, like, Anti could see that coming a mile off. He saves the Guardian Angel, and the reason he saves it is because if you GA straight away, Lycan says, fine. He just turns his units around, walks away, and you've wasted your Guardian Angel for nothing. Yeah.
Well, Lycan's got time, you know? Like, Shapeshift lasts a long time. 18 seconds in these big fights? That's a wow.
Jump in.
And they got it. That's the final duel.
For 10,000 HP, he really doesn't look that tanky.
Oh, Lycan hits hard, man. Lycan hits hard. I mean, these warriors, they hit for what? Is that like 1,500 damage?
Oh, yeah. Final duel. The time has arrived. Shapeshift been used. Maybe you bait out, force your first Guardian Angel, and then save the second one. Double Thunder God's Wrath. Arena goes down. Chain Frost bouncing around. Laranor goes in, though. Let's hit pretty hard here. Gonna go for the second Chain Frost play. Black hole in the back line. Zeus in a lot of trouble and dead. They crit for him pretty fast. This time, though, Supreme is still alive. BKB has run out. Enigma trying to move with the second black hole.
Oh, no, they don't get it.
You'll be able to get 4 staffed out, but Supreme is already gone. The Echo Stand moves across, and now it's only 2 left. Lich can't last much longer, and Omni Knight ignored to the bitter end as they turn around with 4 heroes. Look at it overwhelm him. The double Azrael fires are enough to secure the win for the side of Nevermore.
Man, honestly, Anti played so well there. The Omni Knight did so well in that fight, but it just wasn't enough. My daughter? No, there it is. Okay. No, but Anti did so well. He pulled out, you know, the TA out of that black hole twice. And despite that, you know, like, it's not even just about black hole being a problem, but they just simply couldn't they couldn't engage afterwards either, because there was just so much space being occupied by the Dire side. You know, like, so much of the area was occupied by all of their units. It was really interesting to see this kind of like flooding strategy.
Yeah, it's also like you have to look at the ease of execution and the overwhelming majority of expendable spells. It sounds insane to say that about a team of Enigma, but think about it for a second, right? Lycan, he uses Shapeshifter Probe. If he forces out a Guardian Angel, part of the combo falls apart. You've got Treant. He's got those double Overgrowth Roofs, which is so easy to hit in these fights. The double Echo Slam, the double Black Hole. What have you got on the other side? Okay, you've got this Lich that Chain Frost, you throw it out, it does some work, it's great, but there's too tanky at this stage. Mars's Arena is huge. They need to actually hit like multiple heroes in it, but then there's BKBs. Guardian Angel. If you get forced out of both your Guardian Angels, you have no way to protect Templar Assassin anymore. It just felt like if you're on the side of Nevermore, like it was hard to get there, but once you're in that super late game scenario, you can look at any of your abilities and go, if we waste this, we've got something else. Enough to bring them through, and as a result, Way to Death, the ones that have to get something else. It's best of 3, so they're not out of it yet. That's only game 1. They definitely need to go back to the drawing board here, because you either go for something that's much earlier oriented and make sure that the Enigma doesn't come online, as well as the Broodmother, who was insane, by the way, or you create a similar draft, right, where you have all these expendable components instead of everything has to go perfectly for us to win.
I wonder what you do, you know, like if you're the die, or if you're Way to Death here. Because like
I think it's just stop doing this like perfect cookie cutter strat logic, right? Like it never
maybe
worked in regular Doa.
Look at something like a silencer, you know, just like if you see the Enigma coming out again.
No, like maybe even a Beastmaster, like something simple.
Yeah,
I don't like this overcomplication of the draft where if everything isn't used perfectly, you have nothing, right? It's just bad. I can't be nice about it. It's the reason like. You remember back in the good old days of like TI 1, 2, 3, you got all these big combos like, oh, we're going to have Tide Hunter, we're going to have the Enigma, we're going to have all these big cooldowns because they're OP spells. Because, quite frankly, and a lot of players admit it, they were kind of idiots back then. Like, you were naive, you didn't really think about it, you stacked hard, you could get 5 people, you could get this perfect scenario. Now teams are awake to that, they're aware of it, and they're very careful not to give you a perfect scenario. So you have to be able to adapt on the fly. And when you've got all these spells that make the perfect puzzle, like, it seems great in a vacuum, but when you just come under that sort of anarchy, you can't execute anymore. Like, you need to have spells that you can just throw out and go, didn't work, whatever, we'll try something else in 2 seconds.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. And, well, we'll see. So the teams are taking just a short little break. They said 5 minutes, and then we'll be going into game 2.
Hopefully they'll take that on mind, because, like, I think Beastmaster's a perfect example of how you could have had a solution, and it works well with the Templar Assassin and the Mars. Like, anything that can either build into a BKB piercer and not befriend, or like has one built in. Like,
that was
I think
really the biggest problem, right? Like,
yes.
It's just that they didn't have anything to actually deal with the BKB, and BKB is just such an incredible item that. You know, if you don't have something prepared for it, it's bad news, man. It's bad news.
Yeah, I mean, that's why, like I mentioned, the Abyssal for an Omni Knight, because, I mean, the problem there is he doesn't have a reposition ability, right? But, like, imagine if he, like, quickly says, all right, I'm going to have to completely just, like, renovate my build. We're going to build an Abyssal and a Blink Dagger right now. And if he does that, you actually have the means to stop. And he had the Refresher as well. Like, I think you make room. Like, what was his final items? I think he had Solar Crest, right? And he had the Guardian Greaves. Maybe those are the 2 you switch out. It feels weird to say, but like when you know that the Enigma's the problem, like Abyssal, then you wait for him to do his Black Hole, you refresh, you go again. We did mention that because it's an Omni Knight, he's going to be focused. So the only other one I could have thought was maybe Lich, but Lich didn't even have an Aether Lens. He had no, which surprised me as well, because, you know, you're a hero with a channel stun. You actually want to be far away, not right on top of him.
Yeah, well, with Lich, generally speaking, I feel like people are more comfortable being a little bit closer. Because, you know,
because you're not the highest priority. But
yeah, like, he's just kind of like, you know, what Lich players do is they, like, drop an ultimate, and they're like, cool, I can die.
Yeah, so that's more or less what he was doing, but, like, the reality is, like, if that's your case, like, it feels good, but you go, okay, I've got to force a scenario where I'm worth more. How do I do that? And if, like, honestly, it's the same reason why Sheepstick, for a very long period of time, was considered to be the most broken item in Doa.
Is it not?
I think it's like the tiering, in my opinion, is gone down because of the fact that it can be dispelled now, right? Like
Yeah,
that was
I guess.
the big changer. Like when it was like undispellable, yeah, it was actually a huge reason why Slark was never picked. Is because it was pointless. You couldn't use your advantage of Dark Pact anymore. But then with the intro of it being dispelled and also the change again, so that you can like get stats, suddenly it lost its impact. Now I'd say the most OP item, not just in like your standard dub, also in Open Angel Arena. I think like Solar Crest is a good shout.
Oh yeah,
A really
Solar
good shout.
Crest is dumb. Oh my god.
Yeah, like in this game mode, especially like the movement speed component means that like a hero like Alchemist who says I don't want boots doesn't get punished for making that choice because he's got someone with a Solar Crest.
Scheiß is complaining that I kicked him. Scheiß, the idea was that I invite you to the party and then you can join the match and then I just join on you.
You're meant to be useful, Chive.
Instead, what you did is you joined the match and then joined the party.
Like what was well done, Chives. You are being just like the food that you encompass, a useless addition to the scenario.
Alright. Well done.
Oof.
Potentially the last game. I think I have the teams right. Yeah, I do. I decided to not change sides. Way to Death prefers having first pick. Potentially the last game of the tournament. Nevermore up 1-0. It is a best of 3. We're just doing best of 3 for the finals. And yeah, let's see how this goes. First ban coming out. And I actually get to see it. I get to see the full bans. Look at that. Isn't that crazy?
Look at that. It's almost like I gave high priority to this hero because he's going to be amazing against the strategy Way to Death's about to do again.
Yeah.
100% they're going to be looking and go, what about Void? What about Enigma? Yep, Remaster. Like, Supreme has been so exactly that on that hero. It's like the easiest force ban imaginable.
Yeah, that's like kind of so we had Max in chat earlier. Max was playing on strategy, who got 4th in this tournament. But he was saying that one of the problems playing against Supreme is like you think you ban out his heroes, you ban out Brewmaster, you ban out, Templar Assassin, you ban out all of those. But it doesn't matter because he just got another hero where he does the exact same thing with. But it seems that despite that, Nevermore thinks, nah, you know what? We can deal with the other stuff. Just Brewmaster's a little bit too much. We don't want to deal with him. Other than that, we got the Treant Protector coming out, as well as Abaddon being banned. I wonder if we're gonna see the Enigma ban, right? Like that's like the big one. But yeah.
It's a best of 3, but not a best of 3 for good reason. Once again, it's this way of controlling people through their BKBs. I actually like Way to Death's chances of winning this in a 2-0 much better because right now I'm seeing a higher priority from them or magic immunity piercing spells.
Straight Alchemist, look at that. I don't know how much I like that. I feel like Alchemist doesn't address any of the issues they had last game.
No, that's Way to Death. They're a game up.
No, Nevermore.
Remember, because they didn't... Wait, was it Never? No, it was... Oh, yeah, wait, it was. I'm thinking Supreme. Yeah, yes. So... Yeah, because you said they didn't switch sides.
They did not switch sides.
Well, they like being the good guys. Radiant, lol.
Loser gets to pick a side, and Radiant always has first pick. So
I was gonna say, like, if Nevermore had done this, I would have liked it because I think the heroes we've seen them pull out in this tournament are more suited to having the benefits of someone buying your ags, right? But what we usually see from Way to Death are the cute things like the Brewmaster and these kind of hard hitters like the Huskar, that they want to build ags themselves because there's a lot of good talents in there. And also, it's either that or they are, for example, usually the Brewmaster who doesn't give a crap about ags whatsoever. So yeah. I think you're right. It's like super greedy because some teams are more suited to it. You can look at the TI and you can say that some teams were better suited to Wraith King, right? Or to IO carry than other teams. Yeah. And it's all about playstyle. And I would say that Way to Death's playstyle does not suit this greedy ags spamming.
Seems a little bit odd. Like Way to Death's playstyle, like, so Alchemist as a hero really is just kind of a tad bit slow and he doesn't overwhelm as much. And I really feel like that's what Supreme does super well. But he just kind of like has a hero that farms pretty quickly, and then just starts overwhelming. And with Alchemist, that might be a little bit more difficult. Nonetheless, we have seen Alchemist being very successful. I don't even know if we've seen Alchemist lose a game yet. So maybe we are kind of doomsaying something that we shouldn't be doomsaying.
Maybe. But like, didn't we see? Was it? I don't think it was Supreme who played Alk earlier. But what we saw is another player who played Alk, and he done that farm at the start. But then he was just like Supreme. He wanted to fight, and he went and fought. But you haven't built that network lead that validates you being involved in fights. You need like a 4 protect 1. Like the Alchemist is the true anti-mage of Open Angel Arena.
He needs a little bit. Well, we've got ourselves the Broodmother being banned out, so that's at least a little bit of a response to last game. It's just saying.
There's been quite a few responses. Like the Prince, big one. I think like you look at everything else here, other than the Wraith King, it's all either it's picked or it's these magic immune, piercing stuff, right?
Where's Urshaka again?
It done work for them. Huge work. I don't think you even need an Enigma to win these fights. Like the Shaker does enough.
Urshaka's done so much.
Yeah, it just gave them freedom, right? So if they were to, for example, go for like another hero or two with a lot of CC, I wouldn't advise it because they don't have any like sheer right-click damage right now. But say they went for like, I don't know, a PA and probably a bad example. Let's say they went for like a PA and they got their hands on like a Kunkka, or they went for something that pierces magic community like the Enigma again. They've got good lockdown for heroes like Huskar and Alk. And they have a save, which I always like seeing saves. I think they were a big part of TI recently, and that extends across the custom games,
Yeah.
Like, look at this. You pick a Chaos Knight. I'm going to stun you for 6 seconds. Let me just disrupt that target.
No, that's always good. Urshaka just having such long range and everything. And he's just one of the best disruptive heroes in the game. He's got such a spammable, big AoE stun. Chaos Knight, of course, we've seen being quite scary as well. So kind of excited to see what he can pull off. Although, I don't know. I feel like the last few games he hasn't been as powerful as we would have liked. Currently looking at 3 strength heroes as well. So kind of leaving themselves a little bit open to a potential Timbersaw.
Yeah, and at the same time, Zeus is going to be able to fail. And also, who's going to be able to BKB? Like, Huskar can afford to, Alchemist can afford to. You don't really want to build a BKB on a Chaos Knight.
Yeah, well, it is pretty common, I would say. But yeah,
I
ideally,
feel like we've seen a mix
it.
of games. Like, sometimes they usually build it a lot later.
Yeah, it depends on.
They're reluctant to.
It depends on what kind of Chaos Knight it is, right? I feel like we've seen different styles of Chaos Knight as well. Like where like the main carry, where it's really kind of like, okay, this is our number 1 core. Then you will see a BKB. If it's more of like kind of like, hey, I'm here to be more supporting, then we are less likely to see it.
Yeah. Okay. So right now, as we mentioned, Nevermore really need to follow through with a bit more physical damage. The Shaker has decent AoE control already there. Phantasm Army. I'm trying to think actually like something like a Pangolier I actually quite like for Nevermore as well. You can kite the Alk pretty effectively until he starts getting his big fat potions. Also the disarm's pretty damn useful against the Chaos Knight army and the Huskar, even the Alk as well. And we've seen what a Pangolier late game carry can do. It's pretty formidable.
Yeah. Well, they're really taking the time here.
Yeah, I hope they don't go for anything like a Sniper, for example, because I just think the Huskar will close the distance. Like, Sniper falls in the same category as the Enchantress. It gets countered hard by the Huskar. Could go for something like a Slardar, but teams seem to be avoiding that. Not been popular with these two.
No, we haven't seen any Slardar so far, which I think is actually a little disappointing. I do like Slardar quite a bit. There it is. That's a Bristleback. So Bristleback, somebody we have seen picked once so far, banned a few other times.
Yeah, we saw it
clearly a hero that's respected by the teams. Oh, look at that. Slark, okay.
Okay, Fishboy's going to make an appearance.
Weird. Look at their team. That's a weird as hell team.
Okay, so I've got a theory about the Slark. I don't think it's going to be a carry Slark. I think this is going to be utility and bulk Slark because the Ags is quite useful for some of these heroes.
Aghanim Slark, dude.
It sounds kind of insane, but like if you actually think about Slark as a hero, like if he can just sustain at the front line, the only thing is, even if he doesn't have items, like he's taking stats away from you, and you want him gone.
So
right?
so Axlog is actually a build in OA though. Like
yes.
I've seen this before. Yeah. Even just without Alchemist, just building Aghanims on Slark is actually a build.
But they did get rid of the Enigma. See, they're keeping up this pattern. They realize they want magic, immune, piercing stuff. And now, because the Slark has been picked, the only thing really left for Nevermore, if they want to cater to that like style that they play, is something like a Faceless Void. Which could work. I think you're at risk, though, because Chaos Knight can drag you out of your own Chronos. You got to consider mischances, Heaven's Halberds from long range, disarms from the Inner Fire.
I do feel like a Faceless Void wouldn't be too bad, though.
Yeah, because you got the Nimbus combo, and also, as long as he gets the Chrono Talent at 25.
To be completely honest, what I feel like Nevermore should get is a Medusa. Just have that big ultimate. You can... Wait, does Medusa Aghanim still one-shot the illusions? Is that still a thing?
Yes, it should do, yeah.
Yeah? Right,
like I just like this idea of something that helps the Shaker keep you trapped at the Bristle, right? So someone that maybe gives attack speed, someone that maybe cuts off your escapes. What is left for that, though? Like, I still like the Pangolier.
Oh, Ogre. I like Ogre a lot here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go on their side. And once again, like, suddenly this Slark could still be tanky. And you just give him Bloodlust, and he's actually a carry Slark anyway.
Yeah. It's how simple it is, you know. Like, this Slark, attack speed kills. That's all you need. You just gotta attack quickly enough, and you'll be cutting through people just by taking all of their stats away.
Like,
you know?
Against the Bristol's like, okay, well, I mean, big chunk of your physical damage is going away as I munch away at you. It's pure damage against the hero that thrives himself on this reduction. Okay. Max physical, magical.
I find Elder Titan a little surprising. It's a bit limited in damage. So... Well, it does have, like, the disarm, I guess, on the Aghanims, maybe.
Yeah. I think you can also look at the physical output. Like, imagine these bristles. Just imagine them late game, how much damage they're going to do, even with their cap off, when it's all, like, none of it can be reduced. And also, when you look at the Shaker, imagine those big crits without having to worry about damage reduction. So this might be where we see Crit Shaker actually, like, assert dominance for once. Like, because of the crits, not because of the stuns. So far, it's been like a side element, right? It hasn't been the main cause of the downfall of their opponents. It's been nice when you crit.
Yeah.
But in this type of game, like, this might force Slark even more to consider going for like a utility type build, because if you just like build your carry items, you're pretty reliant on your high armor, not your health, right? Because Slark, you know, it's not the best agi game, but you scale your agi up by taking essence.
Slark's stats in general aren't the best.
They are pretty terrible. He's what I like to call the melee weaver.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. You know, it's a few heroes like that in the game where the stats growth is just basically non-existent.
Stun out. ET the target. The acid spray down. Fisher blocks them off from chasing though, and Laranor can now start stacking up those quills with the poison as well. Slark's being ignored though. That's that important part.
Yeah.
Eventually this can come back to backfire upon you. Stun goes out.
Oh, look at how much damage he already does.
Blood drawn. Yeah, he stacked it up. 6 essence taken away. Poison turn around. Anti's still ready to fight, and Shadowneon makes a mistake, goes down. Laranor will be chased and clubbed out as well. And Mr. Random's like, what happened to my team? What happened, guys? Guys?
That was very one-sided.
Yes, that was, I mean, that's kind of what happens when you ignore a Slark that does pure damage, right?
I don't even know why they ignored the Slark. Like, they really didn't need to, but... Oh my god, he's still running.
Please, stop. Por favor. Don't do this. Mercy.
There we go.
Yeah, I think it was a mistake to ignore the Slark, just because, like, once Chaos Knight's done his Chaos Bolt, that's about it. Whereas, look at Slark's damage. I mean, he's already gotten great benefit out of the permanent agi here.
Maybe they played a little bit too much Underlords and are just kind of like scared of the Chaos Knight coming in.
Oh yeah, demon damage is scary. I mean, this is the thing as well. I like this idea of just Slark never being the farmer, just being the aggressor, because you get permanent agi as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's going to be a little bit more difficult. But admittedly, I guess he already has 2 permanent agility. But yeah, he is definitely running around. You know, he just was in the enemy base along with the Chaos Knight. Definitely playing more of this like aggression supporting role here. Mr. Random going to try and steal this bounty and does not get it and is now trapped.
He's going to die for it, possibly.
No, okay, I don't think...
And he held his attack. That was...
Yeah,
it
but...
would have been hard, but like you can potentially chase him down because there's a movement speed difference. Like, old man got a buff to his legs, but it's still not that impressive.
Yeah, he's a bit of a slow one. Anti coming in now? Oh, that's good. I mean, that's again, that's free agility, as you mentioned earlier.
Well, he's gonna get more here. I don't like he's hitting the wrong targets right now. He doesn't realize Disruptor's gonna come out. Ask. They finally realize it. He's
yeah, they figure out which one. Wait, oh, Anti, what are you doing?
Anti.
Okay.
Side step. And Ask is gonna walk away. He could have had that. He had the pounce.
They definitely. Yeah, it was definitely like I feel like a general feeling of you know, insecurity about which one of them was good. You know, like they weren't sure which hero they should be going for. He knew which one
was real to shake in the end. Like he chased it.
Just at the very end, though. Like beforehand, he was actually attacking some of the illusions for a bit. So
true, but I'm talking about when they ran down the stairs. Like there's a definite pounce opportunity. I think, like part playing this type of hero, like you can see he's happy with all these point blank pounces as you would be. But like Slark is a lot in this kind of role like Mirana, right? It's a confidence play type hero. It's whether you like feel the hero in a way that you're like, okay, I'll make that arrow. Okay, I'll make that pounce. I mean, there's nothing really lost if he misses the pounce as well. It's a long cooldown, but there was no turnaround opportunity.
All right, they're gonna go 4 heroes taking down this poor ancient Black Drake right now.
This is kind of how you I don't want to say lose games, but when you've got an alchemist, we talked about this before, he should be farming all the time and you should be creating pressure.
Well, the alchemist is farming. Like, we can at least
he's dying.
Well, he's in a base. He's just chilling.
For now. But he killed them a moment ago. That's the thing.
Oh,
look,
I guess.
They're just taking away all the creeps you could possibly get.
Yeah, that's a problem. You know, that's why ideally you want to farm outside of the base. This is like you're always kind of in a position where ideally you want to not be farming inside of the base, because if you those creeps are pretty safe. You can just come back and take them later. You want to go outside, roam around, make sure that you're taking the creeps that the enemies might steal from you.
Meanwhile, Bristol will have his life stolen from him by a mischievous ogre. And Ask. Eckler more or less gets a freebie as they were running into him there. 12-3 the score right now. This Slark so far. Up to 4 permanent agi. Has got his blink dagger now as well. They're reluctant. Every time they see him, it's like, nope, that's permanent scaling. Noble factor of 10, no thank you.
It seems he's going to get himself another one. Oh, no!
Oh, nope, the fish up.
So close.
Keeps him alive, misses around him. Or get a chance to use his Midas. Eventually. What are you doing? Just use it. Like this gets to all the casters right now. Like a lot of us like talk about Midas right now. We're like, it's off cooldown. It's off cooldown.
Use it. Use it.
Come on. Just touch one of those creeps.
Alright? Okay, by the way.
Oracle can touch you.
Just straight building into a blink dagger. Like,
oh, look at the capture point.
They can't. It's not possible to steal.
They're stealing it. Like you can't walk in. Like look at this illusion army.
Yeah, but it's not. You can't steal it.
You say that. They're going, and gone. More agi for the Slark. Like they don't need to capture it though. Like the amount of time that they've delayed.
That's
the
true.
dire side here.
The amount of time delayed is a huge deal, but actually stealing it is not possible. Yeah, there goes.
They had to rotate all 5 heroes in the end just to make sure that they...
I mean, that was huge damage to the Dire's economy. Like, for sure, it was a huge deal.
A bit problematic. I mean, the Bristle even had to come away from farming. Now look at the disparity, the gap between him and the Alchemist. all the while, they're keeping pressure on. They're actually, like, this is what we want to see when we talked about the out. They need to be playing this 4 protect 1, and it's working out. Ekla stays alive, has got the armor to work with. Dom, off the mark. Case through, disrupt used defensively. Split to try and zone them away, and there'll be a blink out by the Slark. But Alk is here. Alk is nearby.
Yeah, he wants to take this
farming.
ancient. These ancient camps right here.
He'll get out. He does have that Ags online, but he's not really finding any aggressive impact out of it. He could go for the Echo Slam play. Is there enough damage? Maybe with the Astral Spirit down, but he doesn't want to. Instead, the pounce comes out. Anti moves in. Trying for the kill to Ask. Can't find it quick enough. The Inner Fire pushes them around. They'll find a kill into Zeus. Turn around for one of the Shadow Demon as well. Makes his last wish as they blow the candle out. That is his life force. Dom comes out. Big Echo Slam plays their ass with a big turnaround.
Oh, that was a big one. Ooh,
and he might find more. Alchemist, no chemical rage, has got the use of Satanic. They can just kite him out and kill him off. We hope you like Quills.
Oh no. Oh, Ask, run.
There's no shrine here. They could go back in, but Ask is pretty low. But you can't really ask anything more. This man, that Echo Slam, it was looking grim. They finally show a bit of life.
Definitely. That's what they need. You know, like right now they're just kind of getting overwhelmed. But hopefully soon they can start fighting back a little bit more. Their team does take a little bit long to come online as well. Like this seems to be just kind of a theme with the lineups right now. Although admittedly, I feel like the Radiant is using their heroes in a really nice way. You know, I didn't expect the Slark to go for kind of like, you know, just straight Blink Dagger. Now he's picking up an Octarine core, right? Anti is seriously just purely playing a supporting kind of like aggression Slark here.
Yeah. And I like the tankiness that it brings. This is why, like, even in his regular game of Dota, picking up a bracer or two on this hero is actually, weirdly enough, very rewarding.
Yeah. No, like,
it's deceptive because you want the Wraith Band. It's like, oh, Agi. Yeah, it's an Agi hero. Like, do more physical damage. Get more armor. Feels great, but I mean, he is the glass cannon for all intents and purposes. If you can convert that point, though, change the narrative, suddenly you have an unstoppable frontliner. Us? Oh. Wrong side of the map, buddy. You didn't switch sides, remember? Well, I'll realize when he spawns.
I mean, they'll take that. Anti now continues running around with his Slark. He picked up BKB as well, so that's so interesting. Like I really like this. Like Octarine, Blink Dagger, BKB. That's the Slark, and it seems like he's building into what, a pipe now? Okay. Oh, we got ourselves a big fight coming up here.
Ask. They're stacked. Pops the Lincolns, moves away. As the Atos is chasing across. He's got the Fission to buy a little bit of time so he can make his escape. Now Supreme's committed. BKB jumps straight in. The Phantasm used onto the Alchemist to create the illusions. Case through. Split is out. It's not going to do enough work, though. 2 dead already on the dire side. They're going to throw out a Stomp, try and sleep them up. Doesn't connect onto Ekla, though, as he's protecting the Shadow Dance, keeps Slark out of the equation. He won't be friend. Chase Runner woke up to work as BKB runs out, and the other side Shaker will go down as they refuse to lose a single hero for this win. Cyberpunk won't even die.
No. It's looking a bit grim for the die. Honestly, Nevermore is getting overwhelmed in many, many ways. And I'm not sure what their plan is to fight this.
Well, Bristleback is going for the Ags next. This could be a decent booster if it wasn't for the fact that he's the only real physical damage in the team.
Yeah, I feel like Axe is actually not a very good item here. I usually am a big fan of Axe on Bristleback. But right now, who are you, like... What are you reducing armor for? Like, you're the only one that actually does any right-click damage.
I mean, his 20 talent is the big thing for Bristleback next over this Ags. Just getting extra cool damage could give them what they need to finally bring people down. I'm just concerned about the break that the Huskar has, about the pure damage that comes out from all those essence shifts on anti-control factor. It's just they're so reliant on magic damage that once BKBs are up, we've seen the problem that occurs. And that's the reason that there are, in fact, 4 BKBs on the side of Way to Death. Jump in. Being Huskar. Finds skill on the Zeus. Was BKB active? He's not scared. The Inner Fire comes out. Elder's time. Nowhere near the equation. And Shaker being chased onto. Might pop the Lincolns, but it still chases across. And on the other side, Last wish does go down. Ask will finally fall as Echo staying alive, but the BKB, Bristleback looking to chase through here. Problem is, there is a nice big life break turnaround opportunity, and well as healing up the Satanic and the Shadow Dance is there, there's no longer a Bristleback. Let's just fade into the ground.
Aghanim is now available on the Slark, on the Ogre Magi, on the Chaos Knight, on the Husker, and on the Alchemist. So, Alchemist has fully statted out his team of that. And, yeah, they have that additional power now. I mean, we already saw the Slark's Aghanims actually coming into play right there. There's something to keep in mind about, you know, Shadow Dance. It does actually reduce in cooldown as well. And then with Doctrine Core, right now, this thing only has 21.9 seconds cooldown. That's a Shadow Dance. That's really scary.
Yep. Potentially you get 2 of those out in a fight. Usually there's only 1 big clutch needed because you look at it, you think about the potential combos. You know, Shaker gets perfect Echo Slam, not bad. Bristleback, they have all this AoE. They're not in the same situation where like they need an Alchemist to attack someone directly, but at the same time, these heroes aren't resoundingly tanky. You know, you got 2.5k on the Shaker, you know, up to 3k on the Bristleback. That's a bit more respectable, but like Zeus at 2k and the Shadow Demon at 2.3. They don't really survive long enough.
Ask gonna go down to Supreme. Supreme almost level 25 already. Yeah, this is the kind of Supreme we like to see. You know, like I said earlier that Alchemist might not be the ideal hero for the kind of like usual Supreme playstyle, but he is showing that he doesn't care what hero he is playing. He's level 24. He you know, has crazy amounts of money already ready to share a lot of it with his team as well, and this Alchemist is just ready.
You remember that HP point I was making? Like, looking for a comparison of the way to death heroes. 4.5k, 5k, 3k, 3k, and then 4.5. Or 3.5. But the point is this, like, it's a good idea to think of HP in Doa as a resource. It's something you can use to win a fight.
Yeah.
Like, how much damage can you take is, at its core, the base concept of, like, fighting Doa.
Yeah, if you survive a fight with 50 HP, you really survive the fight for 49 HP more than you need.
Yeah, it's that whole logic. Is like, oh, you know, first and second place in that race were close. Doesn't matter. One of them came first, the other's a loser. Like, it doesn't, there's no, you can say it was a close situation, but one's walking home with $1 million, the other one's walking home with like 100,000.
Well, those are, of course, our numbers here.
Those were generous comparisons. We're talking like TI, it's a lot more. Shadow Dance. Anti moves away, stays alive, courtesy of that pipe. They're still chasing onto him, though. Problem is, he didn't even use the BKB for all of that. Can't kill the Slark.
He's got 12.
He can't even kill the Ogre.
Already.
What do you kill?
It's a spiky Slark right now. It's a weird skin. I've never seen this before.
Oh, that's the crocodile one. That was like, I think last year?
It doesn't even look like Slark anymore.
This? It might have been this year, because it was the jungle one. Yeah.
That seriously doesn't look like Slark at all.
I prefer the shark one.
Yeah, the shark one, I've seen that one, and that one looks a lot more like Slark. Like, I'm okay with that. Yeah, Elder Titan, you and your tragic backstory.
The best part is when you like fully zoom in and then double click on Alchemist's portrait. If you're in like down on the ground view, that is.
Oh, we got ourselves a fight.
Moving in. Sleep.
Oh, that's a
Earth Splitter.
Earth Splitter, yeah.
It seems good. It's going to be good enough though. The BKB, Weed Wave, pops out the Lincolns. Atos connects on the 2 heroes here and the boss. Jump in, Echo Slam opportunity. Decent damage. The Shadow Dance is out though, trying to save the lives, but Chaos Knight is down. Chase through. Missile's there. Shadow Demon no longer. Now the chase through. Supreme. He's looking to rain exactly that as he does. And he will find another kill. The Bristleback is down. The physical damage has gone and they have to run for the high hills. Supreme proving once again when he's given the opportunity to shine, he shines bright like an exterminatus.
Oh yeah, he is definitely shining right now. I mean, he's looking... I just don't know how they can fight into this Alchemist at this stage, right? They need to disable him, but he just BKBs again. Like that kind of feeds back to the last game, right? What, guys? Guys.
Huh? Guys.
Yeah, they kind of forgot about something. But last game we had the exact same situation, just the other way around. With a dire side, they had that Enigma with the BKB, and the Radiant just had no way to deal with the BKB. And now looking at the dire side, they're playing against the Alchemist with BKB, and they just have nothing to deal with the BKB. Like, what do? They have nothing. They don't even have...
Nevermore all in on this idea that they would take over the game by 10 minutes.
Yeah,
that's literally
for sure.
what this Bristleback was about. And I was fine. I was game with the Bristle, but then when the ET came out, I was like, okay, so you literally have to run them through in the first 5-10 minutes, or you just lose because you haven't got this magic immunity piercing abilities. Who's going to build any as well? Like, that's the other question. Does anyone here build Abyssal? It doesn't look like it. Maybe ET.
All right. Now, by the way, the Radiant killed a tier 2 boss and then forgot to capture it. Bottom center. It's still just sitting there. They do have vision on it with a ward. So if they ever look at it, I don't know. Are they trying to bait with it?
Possibly.
Oh no, I think they found it. I think they found it.
Yeah, I was about to say they don't have the fastest relocating team, right? It's not like you got a Shake who can hop across the map in 15 seconds flat.
No. They just forgot. Yeah. As soon as Supreme noticed, he pinged it out and went to capture it. Hey, I can respect that. Sometimes you just forget. What can you do about it? You don't need to be all judgy about it.
Step 1 is to put sticky notes on your PC. I don't know, right? Take boss after killing. Nincompoop. So, it's weird that you're in a scenario where you have to try and drag this game later if you're Nevermore, but you're fully aware that they actually have much better late game because of these BKBs. Like in theory, in a vacuum, if it was impossible for Way to Death to, in an efficient way, build BKBs, then Nevermore's draft would be great right now. But it's not impossible to build BKBs. Almost all their heroes have it, and it fits logically within their item builds. So you have to now try and drag these fights out and bait their BKBs. Or they have to be stupid and stack as 5 for you. Which they're stacking a little bit, but the BKB's coming out. Supreme turns around. Cleaving in Larinal. Happy Kappa. Gonna bring him down. Turns around. The disarm goes down to 2. Stomp is gonna be there. Sleeps up a few of them. Ask. Still doesn't use that Echo Slam because it's not a good opportunity. He'll take the little one that he can get as they turn around and just clap him down. I think you should just, at this point, replace the Alchemist attack noise with the sound of a machine gun.
The Slark Aghanim's is a real problem. The support Slark is actually just kind of wrecking them as well. Because in that fight, they wanted to go for the Alchemist, and then Alchemist BKB, and then Slark made him invisible, and then they just kind of gave up on it and lost.
And that's the other thing. If you do build Abyssals, how do you use it on them?
I really like the Slark pick. This is so clever. This is not what I thought they were going to do with Slark. But I love that this is possible. The fact that this is something that's possible really makes me kind of proud of the game. It's just nice. We did well, everybody. We did well.
Yeah. Slark, I feel like Slark is a hero that could very easily start becoming a support hero. Just because of the permanent agi. And the logic is, especially in trading metas, when it comes to supports.
Yeah.
Any hero, if there's any hero that benefits from trading more, it's Ursa and Slark are top of the list. Monkey King's not bad as well. But he's more I think Monkey King and Troll are more level dependent. Troll is decent because of the Orb of Venom exploit, where you can switch between ranged and attack and get the ranged and melee and get the melee slow. But definitely Slark and Ursa are top of the list. Just the difference is Slark is better at level 1 than an Ursa for this sort of thing. And then in terms of utility builds, scales better. Because if you're playing this kind of support Ursa logic, you're still going to look to jump in and burst someone. Whereas as a Slark, you would save people. Yeah, it's just in my opinion, it's potentially the best trader in the game. So there could be a feasibility of Slark support even outside Open Angel Arena in the future.
I mean, I'm up for it. That sounds fun.
I thought a bit. It's like, because, you know, you build all Venom, you just run at them. It's just like, that's what I was talking about earlier with the Essence Shift pure damage and it being like one of the best trading elements in the game.
Well, they find themselves an Earthshaker. Well, that's really not much.
Coming away, Eva.
There's, oh my god.
We have a few.
There are so many stunts. You know, Abyssal Blades, the Chaos Balls.
You see that smile? You see that smile that I was putting? That's like the house is on fire around me and everything's fine smile.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Gotta stay optimistic, right? But you can feel the pain.
Phantasm. That's a fearful thought. What if you took what's already the biggest nightmare you're going to incur and then you times it by 3 or 4? Well, you're seeing the results as they just clean them up, ignoring the other Alchemist scenarios. The spiders aren't much concern for Supreme.
Anti, can you do it? No.
E.T., you okay there, buddy? Okay, that tickled Anti a little bit. And move away. Nimbus coming in. They got the Echo Slam opportunity. Connects onto 2, but there's the Shadow Dance again. Target me if you can. Oh, wait. You can't.
Yeah.
Split it through. They do get the kill on the Chaos Knight. The follow-up now.
It's only Anti, though.
Anti. He's all alone. He has got his Abyssal. No chance to use it. He's stacked up a lot of Agi here. He wants to get back in.
Eckler coming in.
14 seconds, and now Huskar arriving once more. Eckler fighting with him here. They're going to try and get rid of one, but look at this. Slark still alive. Got the Shadow Dance for 5 seconds. They can't kill him quick enough. He's going to jump back into the Nimbus as a safer than standing next to the ET. And the ET, holy Mary, Mother of Moses, he just blows up the Huskar.
Oh, Slark is back.
Back again. Supreme has arrived once more. The fish boy is the true person who Reign Supreme is. He refuses to die as everyone around him that he loves or hates is purged from existence.
That was ridiculous. I mean, that was just like Anti carried his team so hard through that entire fight. But wow. Wow. I mean, that was incredible from the Slark. And you can really see the power there. Also interesting, he picked up a refresher, right? Like really just kind of like saying, hey, you know what's better than one Shadow Dance?
And not to mention 2 VKBs, 2 Guardian Greaves, 2 Pipes of Insight, blocking so much of that damage that Zeus is reliant on to kill anyone.
Yeah.
It's just, there's so much value here. Like, you know, if you want to build a refresher, the first thing you're thinking is how many active skills but also items do I have? Turns out Slark has quite a lot of that in this game. Because every slot is an active item and almost every skill
more
is
buttons is more fun, right?
Yeah. You look cooler when you press more buttons, you know?
Yeah. Well, I guess like for Slark, at least he doesn't have many precision buttons, you know. He blinks in and he like just face rolls the rest of it and it's fine.
You blink in, you Abyssal someone, you Guardian Greaves, you Pipe, you BKB. I don't have to worry about skill shotting those. Pounce maybe, but that's it. Chaos Knight just backing away. That Earth Split would have hurt a crap ton if it hit. But this ET is just, I mean, he's not really having the effect he wants. Apart from a cute Dagon play here or there, you're not really seeing it. And that's because they don't, like, they got the magic side locked down, but they don't have anyone that can exploit that physical damage. And it really matters. So, 86 kills now on the board. Goal limit is set at 110. I like this play as well. Like, Anti is now just the point capturer. Like, oh, anything that takes my alch away from farming is not okay. Get back to hitting creeps.
Hey,
Or
I mean,
even big creeps. Like this
if that's what works, then that's what works, right? Like that's what you do.
Seems to be the case. As they move into another boss. Never side, you can see a boss being done. By the side of Nevermore. But they are so much slower than the side of Way to Death. Once again, the builds, right? You was talking before about the Zeus and how Nimbus is good. But, like, outside of Nimbus, where's your, like, true boss-taking potential with that lineup? Like, Bristle isn't going to do bosses quick. Shaker's not going to do bosses quick.
So, the Zeus went for Dagger of Moriah.
Hello.
Which is interesting. So Dagger of Moriah is an item that I didn't expect to see today at all. It what it does is when you activate it, it gives you a ton of spell amp, like 75%, 100%. Well, he does actually have a max
But you
out.
kill yourself, right?
Yeah,
like,
but
very
you
easily.
you take the damage you deal yourself as well. So what Mr. Random has to deal with that is a BKB. He's going to activate the Dagger of Mariah, activate the BKB, and then throw out Lightning Bolts and Thunder God's Wraths with 100% bonus spell amp, which is incredibly powerful. But as soon as his BKB runs out, he's kind of in a situation where if he doesn't pay exact attention, he might just die. It is a little bit scary. He also picked himself up a refresher, which is, yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting here. So with the refresher, he can now, like, do it twice.
Yeah.
This is a lot of damage. This is actually going to be very, very dangerous. Can the dagger kill you? The dagger can kill you. Absolutely. In fact, if the Zeus were to drop a Thunder God's Wrath right now, I'm pretty confident he would just die. This is going to be interesting. This is actually fascinating. There's a very good chance that Mr. Random's damage output will just completely overwhelm the Radiant. That is assuming they don't BKB right through it.
I think you need to preemptively Thunder God's Wrath. And that's where your damage gets down like half HP. The only concern I do see is the Guardian Greaves on the Slark with the pipe as well. Let's see how this goes. Is he going to go for the play? He's switched it over. He's waiting until he can definitely switch back in a moment's notice. But they jump in already. Going for a kill. Thunder God's Wrath going to come out. Second one, not really achieving enough here as they just run him over, kill off the Bristleback. No physical damage left for you, and now you're going to start losing heroes. So waiting for the BKBs to run out. Trying to play. Oh, split an Echo Slam. There it is. They actually wait inside it. A little bit overconfident. They pay the price. The Shadow Dance won't save the day. Slark now has to make up the difference. They'll move across on the Shaker. Weed Wave with that damage. We'll be able to bring him down. They'll chase for more, and they'll find it. A Shadow Demon dies as well. Only 4 points away from triggering that final duel and forcing this to a game 3.
Yeah, Mr. Random played really, really carefully there. You know, he kind of didn't want to drop an ultimate before the right moment, but it just ended up taking a bit too long. One of the problems he has is he's just level 34. If he was level 37, he could get, another 100% damage increase on his Thunder God's Wrath just by, getting the next level. That's why building things that rely on ultimates can be a bit difficult, because you really need some actual higher levels. That's...
And now... Oh, that's 119 ET. Fisher, she's getting away, but Anti's waiting. Disruption interrupted the stomp, actually.
Yeah, that's a bit sketch, but it ended up working out fine, so yeah, he's good.
All right, this is Zeus's moment. Big boy plays. Come on. BKB, Thunder God's Wrath, do it. Bombardment incoming. Alex like, why are we trapped in here? Ask, what have you done? All right, they're going to stay alive. Done. Going to follow the Shaker across. Pops his Linkers. Moving in with the Shadow Dance. Looking on Laranor. We'll be able to move away. Now they're split coming through. Going to turn around. Echo Slam opportunity. Going to get blown in as well. The Shadow Dance is lingering for a bit, but now they're in trouble. Pressure tries to keep him up, but won't be able to do so as it's hammer time, says the Omni Knight. As the Temple Guardian ensures that they go to a shallow grave.
Yeah, the Temple Guardian definitely wanted to be part of this. Mr. Random still trying so hard to get the levels he needs, but it's just not going to happen in time.
And here comes the final duel. Ding, ding, ding. Are you ready? Go big or go home, Zeus.
Yeah, he's
BKB
invisible right now.
Phantasm as well. Supreme looking to chase in. The Abyssal goes down.
He kind of wants to wait out the BKB.
Oh, Split is on the ground. Can they do nothing? Bristleback staying alive, though. We'll be able to survive. The Shadow Dance trying to hide them from all this. In the meantime, Shadow Demon's already gone down. Jump across. Bristleback, no health left. Refresh is going to be used. Shadow Dance again to make sure that the Aquas cannot even be touched. Cyberplank moving across, trying to turn around. Laranor's already down and on the ground. Anti moves across. Shaking hit up by the Abyssal. He's going to fall as well. And Zeus on the back line is going to be found as they take game 2 and force this series to a decider, with the score now being 1-1.
Damn. That was just not quite enough. Not quite good enough from the Zeus's damage output. And honestly, like, the Radiant just overwhelmed them. I think that slot pick was just absolutely brilliant. Like, really, Anti had such a huge role in this game. He did such a great job. So, alright, one more game.
Soon, we will have our champion. The man who make the big dolls. Or woman. Maybe there's a woman in there we don't know about. And then they can go spend their money on troves.
Oh yeah, of course, because that's something we need to support more.
Hey, you can support talent with them, all right? That's different.
Just send the money to their PayPal. I'm sure it's somewhere.
Some of them don't have PayPal.
What?
Yeah.
You don't have PayPal?
No, I said some of them don't have PayPal.
Oh, then they should get PayPal. I mean, it's not that difficult.
What if you're in a country that can't have PayPal?
There's not that many countries, and that's true. This seems like a very niche situation.
But there are countries nonetheless.
Okay, sure.
So,
you can spend your money on shows if you want. I don't encourage my viewers to do that. We're gonna be doing a 5-minute break again, and then we're gonna be going into game 3, which will be the last game of ever. Just the last game.
Yeah, that'll be it. You never get in a tournament again.
Not from me, at least.
Punt.
It's the last Open Angel Arena tournament that I will be hosting, and then I'm done. But
gone.
Hey, gotta do card games. Don't have time for this.
Oof.
No, you gotta move on eventually. I really like the game. I'm really proud of it. I think like the tournament we've had was fantastic. I'm very happy with how the tournament has been going. Right? I feel like the games have been good. Like there's been lots of interesting strategies. Like it really shows just how much variety this game generally enables. Like that Slark strat. I mean that's crazy, right? But it's really cool. It's really awesome.
Yeah. Like I've seen a few slot players experiment with the pipe element in regular Dart games. I don't know. I believe in that boy's power to be juiced and more powerful. It's like I said, like I used to play a lot of versus sport, and I mean it feels good, and it's actually really good because, like I said, it's a train type hero. But the difference between like Slark and Ursa is if you try and build like BKB, pipe, Ags on an Ursa, you're just benefiting yourself. Whereas if you build it on a Slark, like it feels good. It actually feels useful.
Yeah.
If you're an Ursa building a pipe, you feel like an idiot. Like, what did I do wrong in this game? How did I arrive at this item of all things?
Yeah, that's for sure. Man, it's been a long few days as well here.
Nah, it hasn't been that long.
No, you're used to this. Yeah, that's right. I don't usually stream this long. Like as far as like streamers go, I'm like I don't stream that much. I stream like 3 hours a day.
Damn, dude. That's the rookie numbers. What the hell?
I'm busy.
I'm busy. I got everything to do. Nah, 3 more.
No, I'm busy.
No excuse.
It's not an excuse. It's a fact. I'm busy. I have other priorities.
I mean, binging TV shows is important in life. I agree, but
I like how you're trying to portray me as lazy, but like anybody that actually knows me knows how much full of shit that is.
You're right. I mean, like negotiating deals takes a long time. Conspiracy theories, launching Kappa prides.
Oh yeah.
Bribing chairs. All these things. The chat knows what's up.
Chat knows what's up. I do believe that. I believe in chat like nobody believes in chat. Chad, you know everything about everything. Absolutely.
You know what I know that you know about he know.
So, it seems we're gonna start. Yes, we have started. The teams are loading in. We're gonna be loading in just a second, and then that will be, indeed, the last game.
Yeah, Toaster. Someone already won the grand final. This is the 2nd place. I got 1st place. Easy money, easy clap.
Yeah, we're just kind of like doing like random. Like we're doing the tournament from like the top backwards. We did like grand finals first, and now we're currently doing like round of 16. It's like a weird new format, but honestly, it's been quite interesting.
Like running a rebroadcast. So Screw this spoiler. What we're doing is we're like taking the games furthest away because like you would have forgot the most about them. We start off with like the most recent ones. You already know the details. You're just watching it the 2nd time because like when you watch like a game And you watch it again straight afterwards. You're like, oh, there are all these little intricate details. I want to double check those. Well, that's what we're doing here. But then when you get to the game that should have been done at the start, you're like, oh, what the hell? I don't remember a thing about this game. It's like a grand final in itself. You're welcome. The original broadcast is being done somewhere on Riot's website. Kappa.
Hey, why are we on Riot's website right now?
I don't know.
You said it.
You tell us.
Hey, if Riot wants to sponsor this, I'm up. I have no problem with that.
You heard it, chat. You heard it.
Hey, I've openly said that shit, man. Like, whoever wants to sponsor me, I'll take it. As long as it's not like gambling for children, I'm good. It's like my one thing I don't want to do.
I mean, I guess it depends on what you make the children gamble, really.
Yeah,
like imagine what are you gambling here? Your souls.
Yeah, that I would be okay with, you know, like that I have no problem with. I'm more concerned about stuff like, you know,
my credit card, goddamn
replacements for currency, you know.
You could be like I'm worried about my credit card. I hate it when they get a hold of my money.
Yeah, just specifically yours. Now, again, if it's specifically yours, I actually have no problem with that either. That would be okay with me.
You think I'm made of money? What the hell?
Well, you just told me that you want to spend more money on in-game compendium shit.
Look, buy me back. Just because I wipe my ass with $20 bills doesn't mean I'm made of cash, okay? Like, if I was, I'd use $100 bills. Yeah, Jesus.
Right. It's just really like how the fabric feels.
You know, I'm just like, I'm over here. I'm telling kids, you know, instead of investing your money in, like, you know, gambling, it's not really investing. Why not invest it in something like...
investing money into gambling?
Pretty sure that's how gamblers look at it.
You give the worst investment advice.
It's like, you know when someone like you know one of those penny machines where it like pushes them forward, right? And then like they look at it as investing because you get to a stage where it's like, well, some of these coins have got to push over at some point, right? It's like that's what gamblers like. Like people in denial, like, well, I mean, I haven't won in 20 turns. I guess I'm gonna win soon.
Here's so kids. Here are your investment opportunities. First, gambling.
No. Here's your investment opportunities. There's the blackjack table, the slots,
right, well,
my pocket.
And now you understand why, as long as it's specifically about your credit card, I would be okay with it.
All I'm saying is, instead of these kids going out and spending their money on gambling, they could invest in KP coin.
Oh, do you have your own coin?
Not yet, but if people give me enough of their credit card details, I will.
Oh, well, I mean, it's not that difficult to make a new coin.
Fund me.
Fund me. Go. Just make a new cryptocurrency and we're good.
Yeah.
How hard would it be to make one? It probably wouldn't be that hard at all, right?
It's really not that hard.
Yeah.
Like, unless you actually innovate it in a meaningful way, which most do not.
You just give it a new name and you're good, right? Like
there may have been certain known esports personalities who attempted to have their own e-currencies.
Wait, who did that? I need to know.
Maybe chat knows. Does chat know? Do you know the answer? Come on. They're all like, what is he going on about? Who? No, not OD. Not OD. We gave it a good name. We called it Toby Coin. I can't actually remember what the official name was.
Toby Coin.
Yeah, like the meaningful name. Those two people gave was Toby Coin. Yeah.
All right.
Like, what was it? Let me see if I can find it. 'Cause I think it was about a year ago or something.
That is. Well, we'll
I think it was
see.
the best meta or something. It was called like best meta GG or something. It doesn't exist anymore.
Well, I mean that's your second best investment advice then. I assume right after gambling.
Yeah, invest in something that doesn't exist anymore. Best meta is a decentralized solution utilizing the power of blockchain technology. Because every single one of these pages says blockchain technology.
Yeah, and that's decentralized. Like those are the like two words: blockchain and decentralized. every single one of them says that, and nobody knows what the fuck it means.
Boy, oh boy, we should get more advice by talking to an esports consultant. Who'll be able to help talk us through our options between this and literally gambling. But then again, they're both literally gambling, so knock yourself out, kids. We have a draft.
So, we got ourselves Abaddon, Brewmaster, and Wraith King being banned out from Nevermore, and Lycan, Alchemist, and then we'll see what the next one is. Being banned out by Way to Death. There we go, Beastmaster. So that seems like a pretty standard list of bans from what we've seen so far. In terms of heroes still in the pool that I think, are often seen as first picks, it will be something like a Shadow Fiend maybe. We've seen quite a bit of Zeus as well, although admittedly I feel like he's been a little less successful. But yeah, we'll just kind of like see what they do with this, right? Like there are quite a few options available to them. Gonna be
there's the Treant opener.
Yeah,
it did get banned last game.
Yeah, Treant is definitely something that I feel like makes a lot of sense. He's been very effective. Enchantress is also something that's still in the pool. So when you're playing against Tree, I really feel like what you should prioritize is getting somebody who can actually clear out trees. Because what Treant does is he really like just puts the tree ward on the entire map. And getting a unit, getting a hero that can actually just like run around the map and just cut down all of the trees without needing something like a Quelling Blade is a really, really helpful thing. So yeah, we'll see if they consider something for that.
Sure. I mean, the other option is you go for what I like to call a stand your ground lineup, right? Where it's like if you get overgrowth, it doesn't really impact you that much. Yeah, there's these heroes that want you to actually come to them.
Well, the problem is still the disarm. Like even if you're standing your ground, getting disarmed is a problem.
Sure, but like you're already seeing this, right? Like they have a disarm of their own, and they got a bristleback. So they're going for this. You could overgrowth me, but you won't do anything to me. Kind of logic.
Yeah, that's
which I'm not totally against. Yeah. Other heroes that would really suit that. I mean, it's kind of awkward to suggest a lot of the obvious ones because of the way that Open Angel Arena usually scales. So like Phoenix in theory should be an okay one, but the way that Open Angel Arena scales.
Well, Phoenix isn't actually like terrible. He's just a little bit uncommon. You always gotta keep in mind, teams have their comfort picks that they like. So I feel like with these teams, we've probably seen a large portion of the hero pool already. Although admittedly, they did just kind of surprise us a little bit. With that Slark, I feel like that was a bit out of nowhere. Enchantress coming out. So just going for the Druid combo again. Free win
it's bold as well because you already see the Huskar on the field, and we've seen teams struggle because that Huskar pretty consistent.
As somebody that plays Underlords, I see those two, I pick them. Right? You see Enchantress, you see Treant. Well, that's just what you go for every time. There's no questions asked.
Someone who plays regular Dota, I see a Bristleback picked, I see a Huskar picked, I laugh and I double down because these heroes are jokes in normal Dota, actually.
Are they not good?
Like Bristleback is, so every time I see a Bristleback, I play a decent amount of 4. I usually say, let's try lane and kill him twice. And, like, he's just out of the game. Like, Bristleback is one of those conundrums as an offlaner. He doesn't work in the offlane because, like, he basically, if he falls behind, he's out of the game. And Huskar is very difficult to make work without a specific draft. And doesn't tend to... I think the big problem is Huskar wants to be played mid in standard Dota, but also, like, he doesn't have a farming tool. It's a big part of mid right now.
Chaos Knight going to be banned out, as well as the Drow Ranger and the Sniper. I feel like Sniper specifically as a hero that is just intimidating. We have seen what he can do. Very, very strong. So that definitely makes sense. It is surprising to actually see a Shadow Fiend sneak all the way past to this point. And I feel like if I am the Radiant, okay, well, they're going to get rid of the Omni Knight. But like for the Dire, I feel like that Shadow Fiend would actually be a fantastic choice. Making sure that the Bristleback and the Huskar really stay relevant throughout the entirety of the game. And then they can just consider what they want for the supports afterwards. Admittedly,
I mean, the other thing is like the Drow ban. I think that's also targeted somewhat the Shadow Fiend. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't feel as valuable if you can't have the Drow as well.
Well, it's not necessary to have the Drow though. Like Drow is like a nice bonus, but she's really not required.
Yeah, but when you've got the Ench on the field as well, like, you want this. If you can get that synergy of free, I think you're feeling very strong. And then you just round it out with like a really good frontliner on the side of Nevermore. But now you kind of have to rethink it. Like SF, I think now I like it more for Way to Death. I think you're right there. I don't think there's a risk necessarily that Nevermore pick it up instead, though.
So they're kind of taking their time. You know, there's a lot to consider. If they do go for more for carry, then you know they do really kind of like leave their supports very open to the Radiant, or like leave the rest of the draft very, very obvious what they're doing. But you know, looking at their lineup already, it's just very tanky. Very kind of like heavy on the strength. So you know, Timbersaw might be a good counter to that as well. Actually, you know, like if they pick Timbersaw, oh, there we go, Mars. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm surprised he got like this far through. It was looking decent. You could look at something like an act maybe if you're on Nevermore. Give you some like catch and control. The problem is like, who are you bursting down right now if you go for like that first catch?
If I'm on Nevermore, I take Shadow Fiend every time here. Because like I don't want them to get it. Looking at that dire team, if you add a Shadow Fiend into that would be brutal.
I don't know. I kind of like Axe or Timber for Nevermore right now because there's free strength here is showing, or you have the Axe to make sure the Ench just gets to do whatever she wants. Because like right now,
I see that.
Like, yeah. Like Mars, how does he get in? Right, he's not going to be able to blink this game. He's going to build that typical right click carry build. Bristol's fast, but he starts to travel. Huskar's the only one close distance. Okay, and that's another hero that can just kite the fights. Like,
yeah, very fast. I feel like that's something that, you know, like Huskar and Bristleback and such, like they really rely on getting close to the targets and then sticking on top of the targets. Against a Broodmother, that's just not going to happen. Like she's just going to outrun you no matter what. So
I mean, the funny part about Huskar here is if he does life break onto a Broodmother, the Broodmother can literally move away from the fight, drag him and into an undesirable position, and then return to the fight herself.
Yeah. All right, there's the Zeus again. So very damage heavy. It's actually really surprising, in my opinion, to see Shadow Fiend make it all the way through. Like at this stage, I think we might not even see him at all.
You might seem to round out Way to Death's draft now, but I like the Zeus as a high priority just because like you got the Mars.
Yeah.
The Zeus did decent work the previous games, but like
he's a good boss
really
killer.
have the control that you have when you have Mars.
Yeah. No, but like Zeus is also a good boss killer, which I feel like is something that they might be lacking a little bit right now. You know, just somebody that can actually like deal well with the scarier boys, especially in the early game.
In fact, I think actually the more you look at Way to Death's draft, it's hugely around this arena right now. So like Nimbus gets huge value.
There's
out
the
of
axe.
the
Look
arena.
at
that. Yep. I think we've seen them do this before. Like you just use the axe, you drag away, more damage coming out from the impetus. But like, it's gonna be awkward to jump in to an arena because that's the other thing that people usually kind of overlook is remember arena stops projectiles, so Enchantress can't attack people in the arena. And I wouldn't be surprised if they get something else based around the arena because right now the Nimbus is good for it. In a fire, by the way, you push people into the edges of the arena.
Yeah, that's scary.
And Quills, they cover the whole arena.
Yeah. Why not get that Enigma on top of that, you know? You trap them in the arena, well, where the hell else are they going to go?
You could. We've seen it. We've seen how effective it can be. The problem with going for the Enigma is remember the Axe can get the cool range talent.
Yeah.
And then stop
Axe is kind of a little black hole as well, isn't he?
Yes. Or the better way I've always heard it said, I think Denny used to refer to it as the mini RP. It was just a better Magnus because it was a mini RP on like a 12-second cooldown.
Yeah.
So they might they might double down now on the arenas we were just assessing. The only thing that would worry me if they do that is remember how we talked in the first game about this perfect scenario where all these things work really well if the arena is there, but what happens if the arena isn't? That would be my only concern.
No, that's a rough one. Like having the arena kind of like running out. It does have a fairly long cooldown. So I also kind of like want to, at this point, you know, like think about what does the Radiant do to kind of like counter this? Because while I think the strategy for the Dire is really very much what you're saying, you know, it's fairly clear, fairly obvious. So look at that. I'm actually just gonna turn that right around. There is nothing right now that pierces through BKB. Again, seems to be a very common occurrence. So Enigma can just BKB. You're gonna arena? Cool. You want to be in an arena then? Right?
Now, the only thing is you don't have the foul pick. And there it is. Yep. Bench swap. Yep. This is also like, wow, that's actually a double whammy. Because not only does that count the Enigma, remember what we were talking about the arena and how useful it is? What if you don't catch people in the arena or they somehow get out? You got to have someone who's playing Prison Warden and getting them back in their cells, and Venge will do exactly that.
Top of that, you know, there's a lot of physical damage on the lineup, so minus armor always helps a lot. Right, and then
I mentioned the aura.
Not just the swap, but she can also get her magic missile to pierce magic immunity. So that's a BKB piercing stun right there. So all around, I like the Vengeful a lot. I think she rounds out this lineup rather nicely. The Radiant, wow, Enigma always. I think Enigma is always so scary because like Enigma is really one of those heroes where he. It's either like a golden god and just completely carries the game, or he just kind of like dies.
Yeah.
So
I think it's like the thing you mentioned about like the magic missile being through magic immunity. Like, yeah, it's a big deal because you already have the swaps that, you know, will stun essentially the Enigma, but then you have that magic missile for anyone who's building these BKBs, right? To be able to like be free to attack. So the Broodmother, like imagine being a Broodmother. This hero that we just mentioned is really good at dancing around a fight. And then just being stuck still because of magic missiles every few seconds.
No, like
that's spook.
That's really scary. She might even just go for like an Aghanim's on this Vengeful, right? And mostly for the double talents, right? I feel like the double talents are really good here.
Yeah, because like you know, a lot of people flame how broken magic missile is at 25 because of the cooldown. But we just mentioned the spell immunity plus the cooldown, like every 3 seconds. I feel like someone's gonna have a very rough game.
Oh, we'll see how that plays out. We've got the first duel coming up here. Anti already charging right ahead. I mean, he is Mars. It just throws the Chain Protector out of there.
Nice in the fire, disarming a lot of them. Of course, at this stage, you rely a lot on physical damage. They need to kill Supreme fast. They know it, but the Quills, damage may already be done. One more Quill will get out before he falls, and that'll give his team control. Zekula, they're chasing on to him next. They won't even get him, though. He's got another inner fire just in case. They'll move across. Inner fire comes out. Last wish. Will die.
Yeah, that's the power for Bristleback this early on. You know, like the Quills really just added up. They did so much damage. Kind of crazy.
And I like Bristle's so much better this game because he actually has heroes that benefit from all the goo, right? Like Huskar does decent physical damage alongside his Burn or Pure. Mars, definitely. And then Venge with the aura. Not to mention, like, when you think supports, Venge scales really well because 3.8 Agi per level is, I think, easily top 10. I think it's top 5 actually in Agi game.
Venge generally has amazing stat gain. Like, her stat gain is just top tier in every way. So, or just like, honestly, starting stats in general. She's just like a good body. Like, you know, if it comes down to just having good stats, Venge is absolutely top tier. They've got Asuka running around over here. He finds Mr. Random. Just like a few quick hits on this Enigma is gonna do it. He's not very tanky. He doesn't really have much he can do. Oh, he's pretty fast though. Yeah. Well, it seems like he might be fine then.
Max, however, he might go down. One more spear. They can actually get him with a rebuke. He's just out of range. Problem is, Cyberpunk, he kind of walked around trying to help out here, and things got pretty bad for him pretty fast.
Ekla running in right here.
Yeah, he's been kited.
He wants to just be on top of this so he can push them away and get the bounty.
There we go. Yeah. Meanwhile, and so did actually get the one over here. Ask. He's trying to whittle them down a little bit, but you know it's a level 2 Eng. Even with your Harpy Storm, you don't really have kill potential. You just have good like attritional battles.
Asuka doesn't have his passive yet, so being low HP isn't exactly beneficial to him like it would normally be.
No. Meanwhile, in Bristleback land, Supreme. Farming quite a storm.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of just what you expect from him. Right, like at this point, that's what we're used to. I feel like Bristleback might be a little bit less of one of those like classic Supreme heroes, but I don't think that's gonna stop him.
I think this is the game where he can actually make it like that type of Supreme hero, though.
Yeah.
Where he could just barrel out of control.
I mean, let's be honest, the Radiant is not the most aggressive lineup. Like, they do have the Treant Protector, which is nice. And Axe can definitely roam in as well, but Enchantress is gonna take a little while before she can do all that much. Enigma too, right, the Broodmother. Broodmother already actually farming up very well, though. She's level 5 here, Larinal, doing a great job.
Yeah, like Brood is farming well, but we saw it when we saw Brood earlier, right? Like, it had this huge window in the mid game where it didn't really feel like it was a great choice, right? You kind of looked at it like, oh, there are a lot more heroes that would have done better here. So
yeah.
They're definitely playing for the super late, and the Bristle should come online a lot sooner.
Oh, no, she does a lot of damage right now, though. I mean, all of these spiders, it's just
yes,
it adds
but
up.
You're up against the Bristle, remember, and a Mars. So.
Well, the spiders aren't like a late game plan, right? The spiders are for now, and then we'll kind of like see later on if we can just like go ahead and punch some people.
But if you remember, we mentioned that same thing. The first 5-10 minutes, it felt good, but then afterwards, like it was okay. It was just a liability.
Yeah, well, we'll just kind of like have to wait and see how this plays out, right? I feel like
I think it's like the point here is that if they can drag it super late, I do like Nevermore's chances better. Like we've actually seen the Enigma plus the Treant and the Broodmother before, and it was very effective.
No, Supreme is being so aggressive about this farming.
Yeah, he's being pretty greedy, actually. He might get most of them, though. One more Quills will do it.
Oh,
yep.
He's so lucky that triggered another Quills. Man, all right. Well, he made it.
It was actually pretty unlucky because that tree gap, like they attacked him in front, so he didn't actually get the proc, sadly, from the back. Luckily, Quills is a low cooldown. He's able to utilize that. Yeah, it's like right. I think through this tournament, the two heroes we've seen really look for these juicy double like camp farms the most is Bristleback and Alchemist.
Oh yeah,
and it's been pretty pivotal each time.
I mean, honestly, both of them just are great at killing it, right? But Supreme is really just playing very risky here, which I feel like is a little bit surprising. You know, you would think that in a really high stakes game like this, he would be a bit more reluctant to do that, but just is walking straight up over to the other side, finding the biggest camps he can, and just starts working at it. I mean, now that works for sure.
Now the question is, who's going to build the AC on Way to Death side? I expect it to be like Huskar.
Well, the Bristleback is already working on one, I think.
Oh, he's actually going for himself? I was wondering, because like he's decent, like he's the one who wants the AC attack speed.
Yeah, so you can build an AC out of a blade mail. So what a lot of people do is they buy a blade mail first and then
that's why.
Build it into an AC.
Yeah, because they definitely need an AC. Like, you get so much damage out of Warpath. It's actually insane.
Yeah, for sure. And you can see he actually spent his first core on the AC, not on getting anything else going on here. But anyway,
I like it as well because they don't have much magic damage really on the side of Nevermore. Like, they have a lot of pure.
Yeah. Oh my god, did you just see him just completely annihilate the Enchantress?
Yeah, she's kind of brought upon herself. She's going for a Yasha and she's going for a Hand of Midas.
Yeah,
so
she's not exactly tanky.
Die.
So really quick though, I just wanted to mention something quickly for Darkonius. So Darkonius, what you guys should do is you should change the way boots work and the way the overall golden experience on the map works. Actually, the overall gold on the map works. And you should make it so that instead of support boots reducing gold, you should make it so that carry boots increase gold. And then adjust the rest of the values accordingly. So that the overall gold stays the same. Anyway, that's just something I wanted to mention. Mr. Random is gonna just kind of like continue roaming around. Look at that. He actually maxed out Malefice. So really kind of like hoping to fight a little bit with that. I feel like with Enigma, the plan is really to just be in the early game. You just kind of like run around. You help your team as much as possible. You don't really farm that much yourself. And then once it gets to like mid-late game, you actually start being a big player. But you gotta just accept the fact that early game is mostly gonna be you know, being a supporting character.
yeah, you do have to play a game of dodge from the bristleback in this type of game, though, because, you know, you're relying on Eidolons for a lot of your damage when you go for those ganks.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Bristle has picked up the Ags now, so we're going to get a duel in a minute's time, and we might get a very early kind of preview of the physical damage element that they have on the dark side. The question is, are they ready on the Radiant? I mean, looks like they picked up the heart on Axe. He has got the blade mail. Like, I think the one to watch isn't even going to be the Enigma in these fights. It's actually going to be the Axe for Nevermore.
No, he gets himself the Oscar right here. Still being chased down by Cyberpunk, but I don't really think Cyberpunk can do this.
That was not the choice to make, my friend. Can you get the deny?
Oh,
yes,
no!
You can.
Oh, that was clever.
That was... he didn't Culling Blade. He actually had him low enough for it, but he was trying to give the kill to Enchantress.
So I don't think that's what was happening. I think what was happening is the Vengeful Spirit was hiding underneath the boss. Right? If you notice, she was like sticking really close to the boss, and she was just making it so that it was really difficult to click on her. Like, the Enchantress ended up attacking the boss accidentally. I don't see any reason why you would attack the boss right there. You want to attack the Vengeful Spirit, right, to get the kill. But she clicked on the boss because she was hiding under the model size. And I'm pretty sure that's why Axe also wasn't able to cast the Culling Blade, because he didn't want to accidentally Culling Blade the boss.
Of course, nothing taken away from Cyberpunk. He did attack the boss straight away. He wanted to be clubbed in the face.
Oh yeah, that was his plan. You know, like he was trying to like get an attack in on the boss. He was trying to, you know, draw aggro and then also hide underneath to buy time. So it was actually very clever and it ended up working out really well.
Supreme's had enough of this crap. It's like, look, you can hang back all you want, but I'm a Bristle. I got bristles on my back. Nimbus. Enigma. Might be forced to Black Hole 1. The cool as well. Everything thrown on the Bristleback. There's the swap to stop it from happening. Looks like Bristleback might still go down. The spear taps on the Axe. The arena is down. Larinal fine up against this. Eka needs to run away. Broodmother is hot in pursuit though, and Cyberpunk can't do anything. Magic Missile goes down at the end, but not going to do anything. And on the side, and see the last one left alive. Not for long though.
Yeah,
they have 4 heroes to run him down and kill him off.
It's taking them a little bit, but they got there. Yeah, you can already see the power of the Broodmother here. You know, she got herself that Aghanims, and it is strong.
Yeah, they need some sort of damage reduction factor, because I can see the power of Bristle, but these fights have to last longer than 5 seconds, or it's just all I can see is the power of Brood.
Yeah.
I mean, she 4-hit him there at the end. It's not exactly squishy at this stage. Meanwhile, Ekla. And she's thinking about this. Long and hard. And that's exactly what those spears are, as they penetrate his heart and kill him off.
Alright.
We're both still doing this with the Nimbus, though. And she's toying with him. Meanwhile, with the bot, Supreme does get killed at Axe. And they'll find one and return to Mars, but now Supreme can chase down Mr. Random. He will blink away just in time. And Cyberpunk, he's in trouble.
All of these little
doing
spiders.
A lot of work here. Larinal, however, taking a lot of damage. We'll activate the DKB and Insatiable Hunger to run Supreme through. The swap out from the illusion won't be good enough, even with a double swap. Brood still gets what she came for.
Damn. The Broodmother
hungry.
It's just running them over, you know? She's running around with a million movement speed as well. But her power is
she invites herself
crazy.
in.
Yeah, that's not good. She's probably gonna die.
Cool comes out,
Woo!
and it's free season. All you can eat.
Never
Get
mind.
it while it's hot. As Brood Mama, she finds some more kills. Supreme trying to move in and do enough here, trying to heal up the Satanic, being kited out by Axe due to the battle hunger. Swap out to get Zeus away and get them in as they'll turn around, find a kill on the edge. They did get the Brood Mother, who didn't have the Insatiable Hunger.
Yeah, Broodmother right there being a little bit too aggressive. I think Larinal knew that, you know, like all he can do is maybe soak a spell before he dies. But that was... Ooh. Oh, well, still a win for the Dire, but like, the big problem they're starting to face here is that Larinal on this Broodmother is just becoming such a threat, and it doesn't really seem like they have much to deal with her. They really got to try and lock her down somehow, but the damage output from the Broodmother is just really high. And when she has her ultimate, she does a great job at healing through all of the damage that the Dire has. Axe being kind of brutal to play against as well doesn't really help.
It's just this problem that, you know, you were hoping this Bristle will be able to sustain put out a lot of damage, but you've seen how quickly he dies, and the axe, once again, he's enabling all of that. There's no chance to actually get that reduced damage each time because they're cool.
Both teams know where the Wanderer is. And Anti is starting to try and break the... like get the aggro going.
Yeah, but his build doesn't really give the
Yeah,
damage.
he doesn't do enough damage yet.
It's a random. Supposed to be KB. One black hole though, no teammates in the neighborhood.
Alright, now they've got the aggro.
They've done it. There it is.
Ooh,
Come to Papa.
but do they want it?
They're trying to use the boss to kill off Enchantress now. There's the Nimbus.
Oh no. This might have been a bit early, guys.
The Maleficus hurts. Alright, Bristleback's here to take over. The problem is, Cyberpunk is in trouble from Laranor. Jump in. Axe will run through the Venge Killer off. Supreme! Whoa! Boss hurts. Big owie. Run away faster.
So currently we are sitting at a score limit 60. I do kind of want to put out, or like mention, that the score limit is dynamic, right? So we start with a score limit of 50, but as we move through the game, as we kill bosses, as you know, players decide they have the option to upgrade the score limit as well, and as final duels are played, the score limit increases. So what we commonly see is actually games not ending at 60, but instead at 110, 120. That's kind of what you can expect. Although that really depends on how the players choose to play it.
Cyberpunk is... I'm not sure whose team he's playing for in some of these modes. He just almost killed his Bristol. Well, now he's trying to play for his team, but Laranor now in deep. Can they actually convert it into a kill? Is the problem. Arena's going to go down. They don't trap in anyone. Swap back on Enchantress. She is gone. BKP from Asgard trying to stay alive. Satanic a little bit too late. He will die to Laranor's overwhelming damage. The Black Hole gets counters with Mr. Random. Can't run away quick enough. Laranor, BKB's going to run out soon. Needs to run. Supreme, chasing forward. If this opportunity is going to be turned around on straight away, Star's going to come up, pinned up against the tree. Laranor, nothing to protect him. Use the overgrowth to shrine as well. But the stacks of the Bristleback is actually adding up here. He might go down, but he might enable the kill on Laranor. He's moving away quick enough because Axe has the cool to protect him in Anti. He can't go quick enough to get out of this, though. As he gets hit up with the impetus and finished off by the Broodmother. And they'll turn around and claim the Wanderer's head.
Yeah, they're going to go and be able to take this boss. Oh, that was a long fight for the Wanderer. That really took a while. But, well, they ended up getting it.
And I think the weird part is that actually, you could argue ease of execution is even though one side has an Enigma, which usually makes things harder, right? Like, we saw that Black Hole fluff. But then, the arena is usually so hard, we saw how the Venge can still enable. But the overwhelming factor is still always going to be this Axe, as we saw towards the end of the fight, right? He just jumped in, low cooldown on his cool, kill someone.
Yeah, and it's just going to become better and better, you know? Like, duration goes up. And then, of course, at level 25, he gets the increased AoE. Which is, like, not a small increase. It's a very significant one. So, yeah. I think we're gonna see a lot more of the Axe here. Score limit extended. Enchantress also just kind of, like, got her Hand of Midas going now. And just running around, you know. Working on getting those levels, getting her items going. A pretty standard build, I think, from what we have seen so far.
Gods aren't immortal to powerful cleave. That was a weird little slip up there. As they look to claim Swiper. On the other side. Ask is trying to toy with simple boss. Instead, they'll decide Roshan. Let's work together, get rid of this one quickly. And it seems like both teams are content to take this layer. Like we said, we've seen how powerful the Enigma and the Broodmother can be super late game. Same time, you know, you think about it, the Venge, the Mars, even the Bristleback. No joke as the game extends further.
Oh, we got to disconnect really quick. All right.
Yeah, the Venge that we've just been glorifying leaves the game early. GG. We'll never reach late game ever again.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen.
That would be a little bit awkward of a way to end this.
No, she's back. Don't worry. She got it. She ain't giving up, not just yet. Picking up an Ethelance, by the way.
Yep.
Really wants to make sure that she's got all the cast range she needs.
Kind of funny, like, this item, you think, you don't need it that much in Open Angel Arena, especially when you get up to super levels and you get even more range. But hey, you know, this Broodmother's going to murder your team. Might as well get her as far away from the fight as possible.
Yeah. Well, you know, like, cast range is actually one of the things that doesn't really scale that much. Like some abilities do, but something like Magic Missile wouldn't. So having just a little bit more range, I think, is not a bad idea at all.
I think it's also when you look at this, if you're playing the Venture, you realize you're watching, you're right in front of your very eyes, you're watching your Bristleback get like 4 hit by a Broodmother. You're sitting there going, that could be me, and then I'm not there to save from the black hole. So you just want to enable yourself to be as far away from the fight as possible at a safe distance.
All right. Kind of have a quick look at items here. We've got Mars kind of carrying the auras that you would expect. Zeus just kind of going for damage, as is usual.
Enigma hasn't gone for the Ags this time around.
I think we will see it soon.
I mean, the Ag seems nice, but like you're always going to have the Octarine and the Refresher as a higher priority in your mind.
I do think actually the Axe is quite important, though. Like,
I mean, it's decent, right? Because it's applying the Midnight Pulse. I agree it's good, but like the one that's a bit questionable to me is his priority of the Lincoln Sphere, just because, you know, your Vengeful Spirit gets 2 swap charges.
Yeah, that doesn't seem that effective. You know, I guess you make her use the second charge, but does she really care?
I mean, that's our main objective, is just to stop your black hole. I guess once you have 2 black holes, it feels a bit better.
I guess, but she does also still have the stun.
Yes, which will eventually be able to pierce Magic Community.
So even if you like, you know, like use the second black hole and, you know, like refresh and have another Lincoln's, even then you can't actually stop her from really. Well, actually, no, I guess at that point it would work. Oh, well, he does have a Aghanims now, so I guess never mind. He'll probably end up dropping the boots. Like, that's likely what we'll see. We'll see, like, getting him, like, see the Enigma getting rid of the boots, and then swap in, like, a refresher as well. That way he has...
Midas to be greedy as possible.
Yeah, well, I feel like as an Enigma you gotta do that. Like, this hero just doesn't have much in terms of farming ability. Like, demonic conversion starts falling off pretty quickly. So just making sure you can double up even a little bit doesn't seem like a bad idea. And Black Hole does reduce in cooldown at higher levels, so
yes,
it's not bad to have it there. Bogdug gonna be.
You'll start soon.
Oh,
Ben
sits down on the spiders. Oh no, he doesn't.
Will die before the duel begins.
All right, well that's a bit awkward.
No overgrowth. I don't have a refresher either. Might be the opportunity to strike. You have to be careful of the black hole though. And look at this, spiders and Eidolons. Search for different targets. Nimbus goes down with the Thunder God's Wrath as well. Chasing in, Bristol back. The break's going to end on him. They're looking for the black hole opportunity. The Mars Arena's going to go down though to stop them from getting into assist. The swap's going to come through on the back line. Axe trying to do whatever he can to jump in. Huskar standing his ground, trying to heal up the Satanic and scaring away the Broodmother, who is disarmed right now. Down to half HP, going to be able to heal up the Insatiable Hunger and kill him off. And back in the main fight, Bristol can't hold his own anymore. Enchantress on one side, Broodmother on the other. Working as a giant force to squash the forces in between.
As soon as that silence wore off, Laranol just
wish.
tore the Huskar apart.
I mean,
now he's doing the same thing here.
Yeah, they're just being kited out. Like, the problem is they have to search for 2 different targets. And we mentioned this whole idea of the axe calling and dragging people away from the Enchantress, but Broodmother's existence is doing exactly that as well.
Oh no. Can she get in there? Oh, she did. She's still got some lifesteal.
Yep, gonna keep healing up, and Ekla trying to stand his grounds. Does, and takes her with him.
She takes down the she takes down the Huskar at least, but in the end that's a victory for the die. That's a victory for Way to Death. Getting the Bogdug, getting that tier 3 boss, definitely very valuable for them. Late game is gonna be interesting. I don't even know who's stronger late game. I feel like the Dire has more damage, but the Radiant, they have better kind of like peak potential, you know, where
Dire has like ease of execution again. Like they have this idea that they can commit and not be worried about the outcome. Whereas like if you're playing this Enigma, we've seen what happens. You commit or you get committed on, you have the black hole, there's just instantly a swap and you feel useless.
Yeah.
So it looks like Venge went for the magic missile cooldown here, but she's already up level 3 Agnum Scepter, so she will eventually get her hands on both.
She probably doesn't think that she needs the piercing at the moment, since she can just use the ultimate. And I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, because eventually you will need it because the refresher that will come out in Enigma, but at this moment in time, just that cooldown is pretty spicy. Especially against these heroes who, I mean, you think about it, Enchantress doesn't have BKB, the Treant doesn't have BKB, and I think, yeah, the Broodmother's BKB is only level 1.
Yeah. Oh, there's the pause.
This is an interesting time to have some connection issues, boys. Right at the end of the day. Come on.
It's been a lot of pauses.
Huh?
I don't mean to imply anything, but they also seem to be happening right before fights. A lot.
Are you suggesting some tactical poppy pauses here? Because that's
I would never.
That's an outrageous accusation about me. I'd never do that.
Well, they got themselves that Vondor.
Honorable like this a samurai that doesn't exist in this because no one picked Juggernaut this tournament.
That's true, we have not seen any Juggernaut. Juggernaut is not a bad hero though. It just doesn't seem to be the flavor of the moment.
Oh, boss going to be claimed. Haven't increased past 80 in the score limit. 57 to 53 right now. Pretty even. Should be a priority to get that score limit back up again.
We're going to get started on this big boy right here.
Succeed in not dying. That's always the impressive part. I feel like through this whole tournament, that has probably been the boss that has claimed the most lives.
Oh, that's always the... Like, it's either him or the Alchemist. Those are the two that get the most kills. I'm sure if we, like, had stats on that, on which boss, like, got the most kills, those two would be destroying the competition. It wouldn't even be close.
I think it used to be Uriel, like, back when I cast this about a year ago. There was something about teams that they didn't really understand what Uriel was doing.
Yeah, well, the thing about Uriel is it's really just a boss that's, like, a hard check on how strong your team is, and if you attempt him too soon, then he will kill you. But these days, teams we have a good understanding of when is too soon, so they you know, don't really run into that issue too much.
Also, build bashes.
There's been a lot of bashes, yeah. There's really been like an emphasis on having proper disable and such, which is very smart. Enchantress level 33 already. Yeah, as always, just prioritizing the levels. Like with that Hand of Midas as well, just really running around, skipping around, making sure to level up as quickly as possible.
Moving around, sporking around, trying to get level 4 impetus as quickly as possible. As we've seen how huge of a damage spike that is from 48 to 72%.
Even I like a good bottle.
Ekala. He's going to show himself. This is going to hurt just a little bit. I lied.
That did hurt a lot.
It's like the doctor when he's like, okay, you're going to feel a slight prick and you're just screaming for the next 5 minutes if you have a phobia of needles. Well, I got a phobia of those specific needles, shall we say, that she throws out.
Yeah, those impeti. That's definitely something that's a little bit terrifying. And well, they found themselves like a little boss right here.
Yeah, people, it's the Bogdug again. We just had this comment, and straight away they don't disappoint in dying to him.
Again, he's a bit tricky. He's a bit tricky. But I mean, like, if you can't die to a boss, is it really a boss?
So what you're really saying is the Killer Tomato. Hey, like, this is the more deceptive one. Killer Tomato. He literally has killer in his name.
That's true.
Didn't even kill an Eidolon.
No, the Killer Tomato does not do a lot of killing. It's definitely not one of the best bosses we have.
Give him a elbow clap that kills everything.
He's trying his hardest, alright?
Jump in. Course there. Interrupting the real fight. Play Mel, but Axe is taking a lot of damage here. He might not sustain for much longer. Arena's going to go down. Make sure they're safe. The jump across. Looks like Larinal's trying to move in quick enough. The Abyss is going to come out. Ekla's going to be able to heal up. The Abyss is going to be used on him as they move across into the black hole to try and clean this up. Refresher trying to go for the second opportunity. Ekla staying on the side to make sure they don't get a good value black hole here, though. Now the impetus coming into effect means that Huskar's going to die. Turn around for the kill. The swap doesn't really change the outcome. Pank staying alive, but Larinal will finish him off. I'll move in to get that boss capture.
Nice.
Wow. It looked like it might be a decent fight, especially with the arena going down so early, but you see the Abyssal come to effect. And all I can sit here and think is, if only they had even more Abyssals.
That's a big problem, you know? Like, just gotta keep stacking those boys. How many Abyssals is enough? Well,
I think they have one.
how many
They're
do you
on
have?
one. Because Bristle, like, doesn't want to build one. The way that you build this hero is you need that attack speed, right? But
Yeah.
I don't know, you might be forced to. Like, Ag seems like it was great, but compared to an Abyssal, you might just find more value out of the stuns.
Capture points are gonna be active here.
But they do at least have the Magic Missile Piercing Spell Mute now, as Cyberpunk is up to level 5 Aghanims.
Dream Protector just taking this one. Is the other one gonna be contested? Seems like the one at the top is just gonna be peacefully taken.
It's a peaceful land full of trees and nature and other crap that Zen-like people like to hear.
Alright, Enchantress coming in. Gets a few attacks in, but she doesn't really want to risk it.
It's just, you know, when you play Enchantress, it's all about setting a reminder for your opponents, right? Every once in a while, like, just so you know, I'm here. You better not be alone. Because if you are, my oh my, is it going to hurt? Oh, the Blade Bell! Alright, Supreme done the maths. So he pulled out his calculator and he mashed his head onto all of the numbers. And it turned out he had the health to survive while killing off the Enchantress.
Yeah. That's definitely a solution to the hero. And honestly, her healing won't help much in that situation either, because she really kind of depends heavily on some time for those wisps to do their thing.
And that's something you have to be mindful of, because she has been doing a lot of damage in these fights. There's no doubt that Larinor has been hit hard, but you're reaching a stage where one person hit hard usually becomes a liability. The other one's eliminated by simple Blade Mail. You don't feel good. Double Thunder goes Wrath, chase in. Thinking about going for the Bristle. Blade Mail comes out, maybe a little bit too early. The follow-up damage might kill him off. The Light Breaker across. Gonna be able to find the kill now. Overgrowth could come out. Disarm, help with the Broodmother with the Black Hole on the other side of the fight. In the meantime, is gonna find Mars and Avenge and kill them off. Refresh, going for the second Black Hole. Swap from the Illusion to get him away. And the tree line, however, they are gonna lose another as Zeus does fall. And now the Black Hole out. Swap is there. They didn't deal with the Illusion. Now Bristle back. Can he fight up against the rest of him? Huskar's gonna go down. It's all under Supreme, and it's not enough. He can't do anything in the face of the overwhelming damage, and it will be a dual win for the Radiant side.
Yeah, just barely wasn't quite good enough. Yeah, you saw actually like some pretty good black holes coming out right there. The first one, just incredibly effective. Second one, not quite as much, but it did kind of like get another swap down, and it ended up not really being a big deal. Vengeful with the Aghanims. That's actually a big problem. The fact that they gotta kill her twice. Right? The illusion.
Yep, and she is particularly tanky, even as an illusion. Oh,
Yeah.
swapping items out a little bit though. What are we going for? A little bit of inventory shuffling. Down to the start again. Says something has to change. New item coming out.
Oh, a
Necro book. Hello.
Well, that's something you can just kind of like activate, you know, swap it out. Don't need to keep it in your inventory.
That's true. Gets the D-Walls going as well.
Alright, in the meantime, Weed Wraith. Gotta go ahead and start chopping away at this this boss right here.
Yeah, just double Thunder God's Wrath. Keep the rest of his lobby on their toes. His team wondering what the hell he used it on, and the enemy team realizing how much that hurt. Meanwhile, his teammates will be dying to the boss.
Of course. Hey, again, that's what they're for. If you don't die to them, are they really a boss?
I mean, they got Uber in the name for a reason. Like, come on.
That's right. That's right. Darnell, almost level 49, so that's when he gets the max level Insatiable Hunger. And that's really like actually a fairly big deal. Because this at this stage is a 480% lifesteal. Which is just kind of insane.
That's a tiny bit high. That sounds definitely like an alarm clock ringing followed by a, I don't know, build a Judecca or build a Spirit Vessel fast.
Yeah, I feel like even a spirit vessel wouldn't be quite enough to prevent that here.
Yeah. Well, it's the window of opportunity, right? The BKB, in that small window, you're going to lose a hero to the Broodmother. So maybe Judeka is the solution, but who can build it, really? Oh, wait, have they got... No, they got Lucians. I don't know if there's anyone who on this lineup that really benefits from building a Judeka.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's really the way to go. To me, it's kind of about the spirit vessel. And to be honest, that's like, if I had one wish, if there was something that I feel like these two teams could be, like doing a little bit better, is paying attention to that. Like, make sure you have a spirit vessel on somebody. It is a good item. Like, why not put it on the bench? Like, I understand that the whole Necro book. Oh, that's actually what she's doing here, which is really clever. She's using the Necro book to find the trees, and then she's gonna use her Never Swap to destroy the trees. So that's smart. But why not get yourself a spirit vessel on maybe like here the Mars or something. Admittedly, it's always so hard. What item do you drop? Seems like everybody needs everything they have. Maybe on a bristleback. I guess the blade mail isn't necessarily the most pressing issue.
I mean, blade mail is enabling him to deal with the Enchantress. The problem is, where blade mails tend to thrive is when your opponent doesn't have a choice, right? Like a Leshrac, for example.
Really quick, I have something very important I need to address. Angel on Crack is shaming me for this not being 420% lifesteal. This actually is 420% lifesteal. But Laranol took the plus 60 Insatiable Hunger talent, meaning that because of that it is not 420 lifesteal. Thank you. I will not listen to the slander.
I think he's got a point. You should have just increased it to the next meme number that was possible beyond 420.
No, 690 then.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, but like, how do we, like, oh, you mean that the talent should be like to
plus
plus
the talent should
270?
add it up to another meme number.
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah, that seems like a fair talent. Plus 270% lifesteal.
He's totally not over the top.
I mean, admittedly, at this stage, who gives a shit, right? Like, what's really the difference between 480 and 690? You're gonna heal up to...
Let's make it 9,000!
Well, I mean, at that point, really, is there any difference? Like, one hit is gonna heal you up to full anyway.
I mean, if you as long as you don't change the damage number, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Alright, well, another boss down. Skull limit up to 110. However, we are closing into that point where this could very quickly end. You can see the reluctance actually on both sides to quickly fight into each other as well.
Yeah, at this stage, it's just...
anything could happen.
Yeah, you don't wanna take that risk. You wanna feel like you're in control. You wanna feel like things are happening at your pace. You're starting the final duel when you wanted to.
We say that. We may this triggered.
Oh.
Done out. Wrist back. Oh no! He's gonna go down. The call out is well avenged. We'll join him in the grave. And he decides against going out. It's not fun time. It's run time. Axe does go down with Thundergod's Wrath. Double Thundergod's Wrath. Get a second kill. Actually, no. Ench died to the neutral creep in the end. Now, Zeus, we gotta talk, buddy. I mean, you got a BKB. You got an Aeon Disc. But what you don't have to go alongside that is life.
No. Once you get rooted like that, once the spider appears, it's just kind of over. One of the big things about a spider, we just saw it right there, is actually, Laranol can use all of his little spiderlings to take down the Nimbus Clouds very, very quickly. Oh, they find themselves a Wanderer just as it spawns.
Oh, a convenient 10-point Wanderer when you're 2 points away after that. Oh, yeah. That would upset the balance in the Force a little bit.
So far, they're not taking it. There we go. Now they get started.
See, you can tell, like we were mentioning, the reluctance from Radiant to actually fight like this is because they're actually super strong in the arena, and they don't want to weaken themselves in the duels because they want the double black hole every time. Which is why they've just been taking bosses instead to force this. Of course that they will. The pings are coming out. They'll probably head to the bottom left to actually get the total points to take them to the final duel. Or maybe just go the one inside your base. Yeah. Kind of easy one to find, the twins. That's right, the Olsen twins are now currently being murdered by spiders and creepy purple phantoms. They look kind of morbidly obese in their Colossal Eidolon form,
They're
actually.
not really doing a good job killing the twins.
Which one are we hitting right now? There we go.
I mean, with this many units, it is a bit difficult to see.
Oh no, is Zeus trying? I think he's running to try and extend the limit. Oh no,
Oh, it's on the time.
he's too late.
Yeah, the idea was right, but the timing wasn't. This might be the
Down.
end.
Oh, let's see. Going out with a bang either way. Thundergod's Raptor revealed. Chasing
Oh,
in.
that's a
They're
lot of
trying to
damage.
bait with the Manta illusions right now, but it's going to become obvious. But those aren't the real ones. Cool on the side. No, he jumps on the illusion still. He got baited by it. This fighter's taking a lot of damage. Tanking up here. The Arena's going to go down. Now the Black Hole. Only takes on the Zeus, though. And Blade Mail, Axe being north of the most. Supreme going to work on Enchantress quick enough. Getting down to half HP. The Overgrowth's going to come out. The second Arena's going to be down. And Bristleback staying alive. But now the second Black Hole going to follow through. It's going to be enough to bring them down. And it looks like they might have done it here. As they'll run them through. Masters out of HP. Huskar last man standing, but not for long. As they know it's over. And Anta apparently is the pro, but not good enough. As it turns out, spiders, spooky phantoms, and weirdly enough, deers are the things that go bump in the night.
Wow. And that's gonna be it. That's the end of the tournament. Nevermore, our champions. They worked hard for it and they earned it. And they take the victory. Well,
That was a hard-earned victory. They performed well. That game was a lot closer.
that was close. I mean, this was overall, I think, a pretty close tournament. There were lots of matches, even deciding matches that I feel like they could have gone either way. And it's just in the end, Nevermore just barely manages to pull through. They played very, very well. I don't want to discredit Way to Death though. Like honestly, they did fantastic as well, and that was a really good tournament. I'm really happy with how that went. Well, thank you very much, KP. Thank you very much for being here with us.
Oh, thank you. It's been a pleasure. But let's not make it about me. All right, about me. It's about the players, but more importantly, this is your final moment.
Wait, it's okay.
Open Angel Arena.
Well, I'm okay. Don't worry. No, but it is. I'm glad that we managed to like get ourselves a really nice, strong last tournament here. And well, with that, we're done for today. So I hope you all enjoyed it.
Thanks, guys.